nobody's there, but I'm just saying.
I mean, listen, it's that small, and it's that
And
big.
now let's welcome the former world champion, Jaime Munguia.
All those people flew in with the fighters. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God.
Look at that. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, that's part of boxing, seeing the crowd.
You're on this side of the camera.
You want to work the camera too. He want to do everything.
Who won the Bacoli fight? Just fucking split draw.
Sure.
Really?
They robbed the Jogba.
Really?
Robbed them.
1 2 1 2 1 2. Everybody do a mic check, please.
1 2. Mic
check.
check. This is Barak. Mic check. Mic check.
Ready, ready, ready.
How we sounding over here?
Yeah?
We sounding good?
One, two, 1 2. Ready to go, ready to go. Radio Rahim. 1 2 1 2.
Testing.
Test.
How that sound? 1 2
Yo.
1 2 1 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 12 rounds in the super middleweight division. Brought to you by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment Authority GIA. With Frank Warren Queensberry, Canelo Promotions, Badu Sports and Events, and
Yeah, I'm good. I can watch it from here. Yeah, no, you're right. I just realized there was other TVs over there.
along with their great sponsors. Riyadh Season, STA, STC.
This is gonna be a war. Somebody getting knocked out. Somebody going to sleep.
The British Boxing Board of Control, student in charge, Guy Williamson.
Unless they both fight
Radio Rahim here in Manhattan. Ak and Barak at Diamantes. This is my first time doing a broadcast from here. You know, this is the first time I've been here since the first time they opened the doors.
Really?
I know you guys have made this hallowed ground since.
But you got kicked out that night. That's why.
I get kicked
And
out
we
every night.
finally got you back in.
That is
so give some content.
That's a rite of passage. If I'm not getting kicked out of a joint, it sucks.
Should not be in you.
The joint is trash. If they let me stay, you can't.
they
Your
don't have that shit
establishment is
together.
no
There's
good.
issues.
Where's
There's
your
issues.
security? My God, is anybody safe here?
Well, look, I'm happy to be here with you, though.
Yo, this is
SecondsOut.
brilliant. Yeah, I mean, listen, we got you guys on SecondsOut. You know, it's meant to be on All the Smoke, but we'll do that next time.
Absolutely.
This is no shade to that. I would have loved to be on that platform, and we will do it.
We'll
the
do it
first chance that we get. You know, the last time we were together, I think we were having a 7th Street burger. Barak came out of the closet.
Yeah,
we were able
yeah.
to like bond over that.
And the whole world knows it now.
Yeah, so it's like this was it's an iconic moment.
Why
not
are you
just
still
for
in the
New York.
That's what I want to know.
Oh my God, yo, this is full circle. Though. I remember years ago, Barak. I mean, maybe 10 years ago in Vegas, in that ballroom there where all the media is, we first met Radio, and he came to us and said, "I like what you guys are starting."
Longer than that. Longer than 10
maybe
years.
longer than 10,
Longer
but there
than
was
10 years.
there was this mutual respect for one another,
Right.
and we watched.
He was
each other
lying
from
back
a
then
distance.
too.
Huh?
Lying back then too. Still lying today.
Rhetorical flourish is what we call it.
Rhetorical flourishing.
And
I
he's,
do a little flourishing.
and he's just as rude to people now than he was back then. He hasn't grown in that department.
No, but always showed us a lot
Just
of
a
love.
few more grades. That's
Always,
it.
always showed us a lot of love.
The truth is that I was always impressed with the way you guys presented the sport and represented yourself.
Wow.
And all the way back there, which I believe was longer than a decade,
Yeah.
there were very, very few people doing it. And, you know, part of my thing was everybody came game looked like bums, so I would put my suit on.
Yeah.
You guys came and really spoke the sport with some articulation and history and depth that people just weren't even bothering to do. And if they were riders. And if they were riders, they were kind of assholes. And they didn't think that we video guys had any place in the sport.
I
so we had to
appreciate that.
carve our space out and prove that we belong there. And now we run the game.
And credit to you, and credit to you. Before us, you helped carve and blaze that trail, you know, for people that look like us and come from that culture. So we were following in your footsteps. So I appreciate those words.
Yes. Now you only see one set of footprints, and it's because I'm carrying everybody. So
The god of the game.
we got to talk Riyadh season because we're in NYC, but out there in RSA, these are top-level fights. We just finished the Ajagba Bakole fight. Didn't go the way I anticipated that it would go. I thought Bakole was going to go clean him out.
Was going to knock him spark out.
Even
early.
after Bacole's last performance? I know that was
Yeah.
last.
No,
because of
he
Bacole's
was
last
considerably
performance.
out of shape. We saw that. This one again, he said the same thing. He said I had to lose a certain amount of pounds in this amount of weeks.
Well,
I don't know.
Just to reveal and pull the curtain back, I just got here and I missed that fight.
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
I thought Ajagba won that fight. I thought he won enough rounds. It turned out to be a majority draw. I thought he won enough rounds.
when the final bell tolled, I thought, you know what? This is probably going to be a draw. Not because on my scorecard it was a draw, but there was just enough to give the judges room to make it a draw. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not saying there's some corruption here, but I'm saying what you expect to see, I think even the judges fall into that, what they anticipate seeing, and they give Bakole maybe more credit in the round that he deserved. And he was landing some hellacious shots, but he wasn't controlling the fight.
He wasn't controlling the fight. There were times when Ajagba took rounds off, took moments off, and was on the ropes. And I guess the judges said, okay, those harder shots.
That's it.
But, I mean, every shot by a heavyweight is hard. So I don't want to take away from Ajagba's shots, you know what I'm saying? So,
well, let's shift gears to what we're watching right now.
Before this fight ends, while we're talking.
We're halfway through the first round. We had to set it up. But we've been keeping an eye, giving these guys just enough time to warm up. As Barak was telling me that when you came in, this was going to be maybe a knockout even early because this is going to be a vicious, vicious brawl.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, are we going to see more skills than we saw with Bin and Eubank, or is this just going to be an all-out slugfest?
Negative. So these fighters they're from a certain DNA, certain just makeup that they can't do anything else.
A different style. It's skillful though, but it's not just throwing for no reason. It's a different style. It's skillful. It's just not Pretty Boy Mayweather.
I do feel that Munguia, just in the first round here, him being more cautious than he normally is, obviously was knocked out. So we're going to see a different version of him as long as it lasts. Sometimes when you have that in you, it doesn't matter. Eventually, he's going to trade shots.
He was knocked out after knocking Sarais down.
He knocked him down in the second round.
See, that to me makes me more uncomfortable than if a guy just knocked me out and I hadn't had any success up until that point.
Right.
If a guy gets up off the canvas
knock
and
you
knock
out.
me out,
Jermaine
I'm
Taylor,
never safe.
Jermaine Taylor, Kelly Pavlik.
It's that.
Same thing.
Yes.
Once he got up, I got scared for Jermaine. Straight up and down. I got scared. I was getting text messages, and people were like, Jermaine's in trouble now.
And you know if you're that fighter, and no point in this fight, no matter how well you're doing, is that enough. Yeah. Until the final bell rings or this guy takes a 10 count, you're never safe.
Right. You know, a lot of people are saying that Munguia, we know him to have a brick granite chin, right? He's been in wars and has taken crazy shots. But in this fight, they feel like maybe he's reached his toll in terms of that jaw, and maybe he might be a shot fighter after that knockout. We'll see. He hasn't been hit with any flush shots yet.
Just as you were walking in, we saw Canelo in Munguia's dressing room getting him some final pointers. Now listen, I like the Mexican camaraderie there. I like the support for his countrymen. I like him that he's over there, even though he's fighting on the card, taking the time to go to Munguia's dressing room. But also, it's a little sunning. It's a little like
it's okay.
Like,
it's okay.
It's okay. He is his son.
Right. Munguia's not trying to. That's messed up for saying that. But Munguia's not trying to hide that he respects him. Even Berlanga afterwards was saying, I've always respected you.
Listen, come to my locker room, dap me up,
Yeah.
wave the flag, and get the fuck back to your locker room.
No, he's an idol. He's an
too
idol
early.
to Munguia.
Don't give me
He's an
pointers.
idol to Munguia.
Don't give me pointers
No.
30 minutes before I make the ring walk. It's
No.
not going to help, first of all.
No,
and what
no.
you're saying is, I'm not ready, and I got 30 minutes before this fight starts. What are you showing me how to throw a
No,
jab
maybe
for?
he's reminding him. Maybe they work
Like
together.
how I knocked
he's
you
showing-
out?
he's
This is how I
showing him
knocked you
how
out. Don't do that shit again. Remember how you did it in our fight? Don't do that again.
Don't give me those type of pointers.
Yeah.
No, I mean I get your point to some degree, but Canelo is such an icon to these young fighters.
Exactly.
That they're not offended. He's not offended if he hears you say, yo, like he's son of me. He'll be like, man, he's a legend. I look up to this dude. But on the flip side of that, I get your point because they fought each other. It's not like they can't fight again.
No.
A little too friendly. I don't like it, man. In
I'm
fact,
so
I don't like it.
comfortable that I can whoop your ass at any time. I'm going to tell you how to whoop other people's asses. I'm going to tell you what your mistakes
You guys
are.
are stretching
There's
it.
nothing you can
guys
do.
are stretching
I don't know.
it. We
I'm
know
siding with Randy
Canelo's an
on this.
icon. We know Canelo's an icon, and that was just some friendly.
How old is
Also, if
Munguia?
I'm Skull, I'm like, get back here.
Munguia's
How do you have time?
Munguia's 28 years old.
Yeah, we're about to fight. That's
Yeah.
disrespect to Skull.
Exactly.
Straight disrespect.
Why?
This is
Because he
madness.
has time to train another
Train
fighter before he fights Skull. He might even be in his corner. Check the corner. He might. No, that's wild. That's wild.
Also, let's talk a little bit because this big controversy last week about the low blow or legal shot on Usyk from Dubois. I'm noticing that Saras, is that how do I Saras.
Yeah,
Sar-
His trunks is below his
is
nipples.
up to his nipples.
Yeah, what is
so
that?
now if you hit him on the belt line, are we calling that a low blow?
Hell no.
First
that's
off,
not a low
as
blow.
much as I love Usyk, I did deem that shot legal, in my opinion. It was
Yeah.
on the borderline there, but I thought
It's
it was
hard to
legal.
see in real time.
Yeah.
But even Munguia's belly button you can't see. So that's like the new thing because in the 80s, I think, and even the 90s,
Yeah.
you could see a fighter's belly
Of course.
button.
Yeah.
Of course.
We've
So
all-
you think intentionally these trainers are pushing
Of
their cups
course.
up?
They're allowed to, so why
Absolutely.
not protect yourself more?
Why would, if they're not going to complain about it, you lift your shorts
Because
up.
you remember that a referee used to be like, we should push it,
Yeah, we gotta push it
down
down.
himself.
They would push it down themselves.
That's
Right.
exactly
They would push
right.
it down
now.
themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
I don't
mean,
like it.
I just think Saras' shorts is just way too high.
I mean, like this is
His
like
cup is way too
Tyson
high.
Fury territory.
Yeah.
I think maybe Tyson Fury and George Foreman had the highest belt lines I've ever seen.
So George had it way up. So far, right? Can we? Is it safe to say that Munguia is probably winning these first couple rounds? Because I don't see Suras doing anything. No major shots landed yet.
No body shots landed on Saras yet. You can't because his cup is too high.
And Munguia is controlling the space. I think he's dictating where this fight is being fought.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a win in his column. I gotta say, I'm not sure what the punch landed. I haven't seen anything
No
significant
major punches
land.
landed.
So I just
Not at
gotta
all.
go with air quotes ring generalship.
Right,
who's
right.
controlling the pace? Who's making the movement? And that's got to be Munguia right now.
And wait, back to Canelo really quick. Why is Canelo giving them pointers? They have the same trainer. Is Eddie enough? Isn't Eddie enough?
No, that's how
Apparently
bad
not.
I think you fight. My
have
own
to-
trainer's not enough.
Canelo's at that Mayweather level right now. The
no, I
guys
get
that he
it.
fought, they still respect him. They still want a little bit of advice from him.
No major action yet. So
Munguia
far
looks
this
big
fight.
right now. He looks big.
I'm going to be honest. I would have thought that at this point, what round is this?
We're around 3 now.
Round 3, we would have saw some major shots landed. Nothing yet.
Also, I mean, we're going to get away from Canelo for a minute, but the way he is, his presence in Saudi, he's rocking up there like a Don.
Yeah,
I think the way he dealt with his excellency at the outset, his resistance, the quotes he got away with, then the money he is taking home,
Right.
I think he is probably the fighter in the best position to carve himself out as his own excellency.
They have respect
Canelo
for
is
him.
dictating his own terms, and he's walking around Saudi like he's running at least his own show.
You know, the difference between him and maybe somebody like a Gervonta Davis is Canelo was never disrespectful. He just stood his ground.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because
That's a good
he's the
point.
one that's been in the sport for 16, 17 years, and he's been at the top of the game for about 5, 6 of those.
That's right.
So he got to say, okay, no, we're going to do it on my terms.
And when he got the invitation, he came out. You can't ask for 6 Ferraris and not take one of them to the airport. You know what I mean?
Not to mention, some of the other things that Gervonta has said
Yeah.
recently before the Roach fight, which, the Saudis are going to take that extremely disrespectful. So I mean, we don't know if that.
Oh, you're
if
talking
he
about
ever
the cult,
fights,
the cult
will
stuff.
ring, yeah.
The cult, the cult
Yeah, I mean,
references.
come on.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what, we're
Devil
talking to some of
worshiping
the most religious people in the
something
world.
like that. Yeah,
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's make sure that you keep your grease in your hair and out of your eyes. And then maybe you'll be able to see clear next time something comes across your table. You can deal with it like a businessman. I'm not saying that anybody has to go to Saudi or accept these terms, but
be respectful.
But be respectful enough about your own business to stay in a position to do business.
Keep
That's
the
all
door
I'm saying.
open. Don't shut it and lock it.
Keep that door open.
Especially when the majority of the sport is leaning towards
It's just a
working
smart
with
thing to
Turkey
do.
Al-Shek. When you do that, what you're saying is now I don't have to fight those particular fighters.
And if you got a
And
chip
that
on your
sucks.
shoulder, come ruin the whole night like Rolly.
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect
Come
example.
burn the whole house down
Did you
with
see
your
the
fist.
latest video? Did you see the latest
Yeah,
video
I
on
sent
Rolly?
it to you.
Did you see
No,
it? Well, he's saying, he said he was quiet all of this lead up, but they didn't give him no per diem. They didn't put no money in escrow, and he just
They
came
didn't
in-
even have a room for him.
They didn't have a room for him at one point.
So he said
and
he's
just
so
came
happy
and
he
messed
ruined
everything up.
everybody's plans.
He said they've been disrespecting me all this time, and basically, even if none of that happened, I can understand him feeling disrespected by everybody really talking about, okay, we just want to see Ryan and Devin fight.
Yeah, this was a showcase.
Yeah, basically.
You're
Yeah,
just-
but let's not
So
be
he was
honest.
quiet
Let's
all this
not-
time, and now
let's
he
be
won.
honest. Let's not act like all of us didn't think that.
That's exactly right. And if I thought about Rolly at all during the build-up, it was just like, is he going to get any one-liners in to give me a nice headline so I can talk about Garcia some more?
Right.
Right? And then his quiet demeanor during the build-up and his gracious nature at the post-fight. I mean,
Yes.
like, I was like, okay,
Very
this
surprising.
guy is really playing it.
Yeah.
That is how you do business. Like, and I think he's the only one that really didn't, like they said, didn't even have a room for him, so they didn't have any room for him in the future.
Oh, no.
There
He-
was no
he made
plan
that
for
room.
him.
He made that room.
Now he's got some real estate.
Options, bro. Trust
I
me.
think
that man
Shiraz
has options.
actually did better this round.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I think in the fourth round, this fight's about to get started. 'Cause even though we're talking about other fights right now, we're keeping an eye on the action, and now the gap is starting to close.
Yes.
The measurements have been made,
That's
and
right.
contact is being had.
Now it's
The
time to
next
let it out.
round, I think, is going to be a firefight.
No. His face is looking like he just started, so obviously Munguia hasn't landed no major shots, but this fight is not going to end like this. No
No.
way. Impossible. What are we thinking about, just to get off this fight real quick, the return of Badu Jack, who's one of my favorites.
Oh, I can't wait for that fight. I mean, both of these guys, really. Let's not forget about Noel McKillian. Let's not do him like Rolly. This guy is a world champion. He got that title not because he got it through an email, but because Badu Jack vacated the title as opposed to fighting him as a mandatory. So for me, in a situation like that, that person who gets the fight or title that way is a legitimate world champion.
Indeed.
If you get it because the champion won't fight you for whatever reason, that's a win. To me, that's a forfeit
That's a
by the
forfeit.
champion,
But
and
wait
that
a
to me
minute.
is as good as winning in the ring.
We're talking about the same title that Badu Jack has. You're talking about the
Yes.
WBC.
Yeah, but
because I was in Germany and he petitioned for it, and WBC gave the title back to Badu Jack.
Yeah.
He's officially the champion right
I
now.
know that, but
yeah.
also Noel McKillian is the champion because he never lost it in the ring. He got it because Badu Jack wouldn't fight him
He's
as
like
a mandatory.
champion recess.
He
They
put him
I
in
think
recess.
they called him champion recess. You're right.
Who Badu or
No.
McKillian?
McKillian.
Right, I
Yeah,
call.
but Badu
I call.
hasn't. I slightly disagree. Badu hasn't lost it in a ring. You still have to give him some.
They're both champions, but I don't think Badu is more champion than Noel is.
Badu won it.
But that-
Badu
yeah,
knocked
but
out
he also
Makabu.
forfeited it, and Noel beat Makabu also. So what are we
Okay.
talking about?
Okay.
Like, you have to fight your mandatory, and if
Okay.
you don't, then that guy legitimately becomes champion. And then if the WBC likes you better or Saudi wants you as the champion, and then you get reinstated, even though you still haven't fought your mandatory, I think your mandatory has a claim on that belt.
Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. Now, how about this, though? I'm going to throw something out there. Remember Tyson Fury took 2 years off, gained 400
Yes,
pounds, came
yes,
back.
yes.
He was still calling himself
Calling
the lineal
himself.
champion.
And if you
No,
look back
because
at
everybody else,
interviews,
and then
self-proclaimed.
Top
Look back
Rank
at
was doing it.
interviews.
I hated that.
If you were
we
back at
talked about it, I always
was
said,
arguing with Fury about it.
Good.
He really got annoyed with me
Good,
because
good.
I sat in ESPN here in New York
Yes.
and was like, what does lineal champion mean?
Right.
And he started talking about John L. Sullivan and how many Furies have been
But
fighting.
I'm not mad
and
at
I'm
that
like,
part. But you can't hold on to it for 2 years and not fight.
I said, okay.
Because look,
What does it mean, though?
Okay,
Because, you haven't been defeated in the ring, but other people have claimed your vacant titles, defended them, become world champions. You don't have a claim on those belts.
That's
you
what I'm
just
saying.
have a narrative.
That's what I'm saying.
Who's
That's what
making
I'm
the
saying.
time limit? How long can
right.
you hold it?
Exactly. Not 2 years.
And if you never come back,
You
still
officially
remain lineal
retired.
champion?
You're
Right.
finished.
But
Right.
can you call yourself the last lineal champion, the last true lineal champion? I mean, there has to be
listen,
some claim to it.
So
if you
can
didn't
Lennox
lose.
Lewis, but who cares?
I
You're
say
not now.
my thing is if you're still fighting, maybe in a different weight class, and you're the lineal champion and undisputed in one weight class, and then you move to another, so you never lost in this class.
Right.
Like Usyk can say, "Oh, maybe I'm the lineal cruiserweight champion."
Right.
He is. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
This is what it means to me. If you retire,
Yeah.
or God forbid, if you get beat,
Yeah.
and then you say, "Oh, but I didn't lose to that guy, so I'm still a lineal champion until he beats me," then it's getting too muddled. And really, I'm not sure it means a whole lot anyway. If you're not fighting in that weight division, or you're retired, give it up. Whoever's fighting at the current time deserves the respect of being the champion.
And to go back to your argument about Badu Jack, you have a good argument, but let's give credit to Badu because he's like, okay, well, I'm fighting him now.
Yes.
No, he's not. He's a replacement. This was not the fight he picked. Noel came in on
that's true.
3
But
weeks'
but
notice.
he's fighting him. He didn't
He
have to
didn't
agree
a
to it.
choice. He didn't have a choice.
He can pull out the fight.
I mean,
Not with the
but
money
do
he's
it-
probably making.
that
resume.
was not
just,
his choice.
Just resume. Is Badu the kind of guy that would duck somebody?
I mean, he's not the kind of guy
Just
that
an
would duck
opinion,
somebody.
you know,
He
of course
is
not. Exactly
the
not.
guy
Definitely
who
not.
didn't fight as mandatory for whatever reason.
Well,
And
I'll tell you
now
the
you're making
reason.
it sound like I'm
No,
shitting
I'll
on
tell you the
him.
reason.
Let me tell you
No,
the
no,
reason.
I'll tell you
the
the
reason
reason.
was because you know the reason.
No, I mean, this
No,
is
I know
why-
the actual reason.
All right, well,
The
before
actual-
you give me the actual reason, let me give you my guess.
Before we give you the truth, let's hear
Yeah,
this.
let me give you my guess. I mean, we know how old Badu Jack is, right?
41.
We know what I mean, what's his agenda, right?
Yeah.
Big fights. I know at one point he was trying to fight Canelo Alvarez.
Yes.
There was another big name I can't think of right now that he was trying to fight.
Yes.
He's looking for the exit strategy and big money fights. That fight didn't make sense. It didn't make financial sense.
Right.
Yeah, if he's 25, 29 years old, bring on the mandatories. That's not the situation
That's
in his
basically,
career.
that's basically part of it, but also he was going up to Bridgerweight to be a 4-division champion. When that fell through, he said, okay, I'm going to go back down, and I'm going to defend my belt. He lobbied for the belt, he got the belt back, and now he's fighting.
And he's been treated like a stepchild his whole career.
Oh,
He's the kind of
100%.
guy who has learned the lesson.
100%.
Doing things the right way doesn't pay off. Fighting your mandatory and doing it as you're supposed to do it, and then supposedly getting the big shot
And getting
the
a
big
draw
fight
or
because
loss.
you've done what you're supposed to do doesn't happen, and then you get jobbed in the decision.
Yup.
I'm not
how
taking-
many decisions
times?
did he get jobbed for?
Exactly.
James
Listen,
DeGale.
And he's the guy to tell you throughout his career, very appreciative to Mayweather. Even though he wasn't getting the top pay, the big purses, he was happy and humble with what he was getting because of where he came from. So he's like, all right, I did that my whole career. I just want big money fights. I can't be mad at the guy.
I'm not mad at the guy
And
myself.
look what he gives us in the ring every time.
Listen,
Every time.
I'm
Remember the
not-
Marcus Brown fight?
Come on.
I'm not mad at Badu Jack by any stretch of the imagination. I just don't think that it diminishes what Noel McKillian is.
Okay, I
at the
can't
same
argue that.
time.
So whoever wins tonight is champion.
Oh, for sure.
That's a fact.
But what we have tonight is a unification bout with one title on the line.
He's going to be the double WBC
the double U.
champion. The double
The double
W
U.
champion.
champion.
The double W.
I don't know why I'm excited to see Badu back in the ring.
Because he's a beast. Because he's given
Always.
us so many great nights. And
Yes.
it's time we see him back in the ring. And
Absolutely.
Munguia just went to the body against Saras. And I think, really,
Ooh.
he's getting active right now.
Yeah, nah,
I feel
super
like- I
active.
think he's feeling it. And I see Saras's feet a bit planted. He ought to be moving those feet.
Yeah. I mean, I think he might have hurt him to the body a little bit. I mean, Siraj's body language is a little funny there.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a crouch, a defensive crouch. And I don't see him being offensive-minded at the moment.
Munguia's looking really confident right now, even with the way he's flicking that jab.
Really
Super
confident, but he's keeping that high guard.
Of course.
'Cause he knows what to come back.
He don't want to taste that right hand again. Are you kidding? Looks in shape, though. Not breathing
He's
too
in
hard.
shape. He's in shape.
Is there much room for these guys, upper mobility at 68 right now? I mean, are these just entertaining fights, or is there a future in it?
There's definitely a future. It's just that Canelo, no future in belts.
No future.
No future in belts, but all the other names, 100%. Because Canelo, he's looking for money fights. He even mentioned that he'll fight Chris Eubank Jr. You know what I'm saying? So he's just looking for big money fights. He done did it all, fought 20 champions. He don't really care about these
I say
guys.
Canelo is going in another year and a half, 2 years, but there's so many fights at 168 right now. I mean, for all of these guys. You talk about Plant, you talk about Charlo, Berlanga. That division right now is hot.
Munguia's been in the game a little too long to not have any of those names on his record. A little too long. A little too long.
Yeah, I feel like those
to
are
not have no real big names besides Canelo.
How many fights does he have right now?
He's in the 40s.
Wow.
at the start of the 6th round. It's still Munguia dictating not only the pace but the space.
I mean, he's getting to him. He's getting to him. Saras is tough. He's definitely getting to him. He's landing the harder punches. He's normally, this is what a Munguia breakdown looks like.
Right, and I'm not ready to say Saras is surviving, but right now he's in a defensive crouch.
Yep.
Very much so. Very much so.
I don't know that he's looking for offense.
Not looking to engage at all. Maybe that body shot, he's a little worried about it. He finally threw a little 1-2 there, but he slipped it.
He is easily slipping this stuff.
Wow. I mean, I don't see the unofficials. Oh, well, of course, it's Chris Mannix, our guy Chris, never judging correctly because I can't see how Saras is winning this fight.
No, that's not too far.
Watching.
I mean, I only thought it was the last round that Munguia started coming back on.
I thought it was the last three.
The 4th round as well?
Yeah, in my opinion, but we'll see. Obviously, Chris thought otherwise.
I mean, I haven't been bird's eye watching the fight, but I don't see that many rounds for
Great
Saras.
right hook to the body and left upstairs. Left hook upstairs by Munguia now.
Oh, yeah. You see in Munguia's eyes, he is 100% just looking for his opportunities.
Yeah, he's locked
and
in.
he's even trying to sucker Saras in so that he can take that shot.
You know, sometimes when a guy is in that defensive mode, you're not going to get clean shots. You got to give him a little confidence and lower him in.
Yes, the body's open. Go to the body.
Yeah.
I just hate that the cup's so high, but that body's there, straight up the middle.
But
like that left hand by Munguia.
When both fighters have their hands up and it looks like they're both waiting for something to happen, you can see that Munguia is looking for offense and Saras is keeping his defense high.
Yeah.
It's just a different mindset right now.
He doesn't want to exchange in between the shots. He's just waiting to pick his shots, but not effective at all. And Munguia's throwing with authority.
I mean, if Saras wants to make a fight of this, he's going to start punching in between punches.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just absorb those shots and move.
And then try to counter here and there.
Munguia's going to have to throw some straight shots. There you go. Straight shots down the middle because that's where the openings are. Straight shots down the middle. That's a good right hand to the body.
Right now, I saw Munguia win this round big. So Saras hasn't done anything.
Nothing.
Nothing this round. And we're in round 5 already. Or is that 6?
Yeah.
6
Wow, 6. Is that my boy Corey Erdman calling the fight?
Absolutely.
I thought it was. I thought Todd was doing these.
He's hosting it. He's hosting it.
I think Munguia has to be a little bit busier. You can't just sit there and wait on the big punch, especially when nothing's coming back from Saras.
Right, but then again, you winning rounds because nothing's coming back. So he's comfortable winning the rounds. His corners probably tell him, don't worry, that shot will come.
Amir Khan apparently has a fight coming up.
What?
Oh.
He's jumping into the promotion game.
Okay. Listen, love Amir. I mean, can you imagine if he were still active in this era? He would be having the time of his life.
I love Amir Khan. I mean, he's become one of the memes of boxing, but he got in there with any and everybody.
Yeah, but he didn't get a chance to get in there with everybody. I would have liked to see the Pacquiao fight. I would have liked to see the Mayweather fight. I would have liked him to get a shot with those guys. And to his credit, he went with Canelo, and we all knew that was a mismatch.
He didn't fight the Timothy Bradley that he was supposed to fight. He didn't fight a lot of fights.
Exactly.
Not his fault.
So how true are the rumors about Pat coming back to fight Barrios?
That's true.
That's real deal.
That's real deal.
So how
WBC put it out.
disappointed are you guys? Because I'm highly
I know which
disappointed.
one of these guys is in recess and which one of these guys is going to get elevated to.
No. Manny Pacquiao was it. He was not in recess or not.
I mean,
He was on
that's a crazy thing to.
It's insane. What is he, 47 years old?
46,
46?
I mean,
46
it's a title
going
fight,
on 47,
How does
yeah.
he get in line for a title shot?
I don't know. It's crazy.
uh,
Big name. Big
I'm
name. That's
speechless.
it. Big name.
Also, at some point, who is responsible for saying no to somebody? Is anybody ever going to say no to anybody?
No doesn't exist in this sport anymore.
No.
You know, and you know, Conor Ben was talking about Barrios. It looks like they were working on that fight. I
Right.
guess that's out the window now.
Right. And people were complaining about that, saying he doesn't deserve it, but I'd rather see that than Pacquiao.
Speaking of Conor Ben, somebody that's well known in the media world said something that kind of made sense to me. I'll tell you guys off the air. But he said, after watching what I saw yesterday, I'm not sure if any of those guys can beat Conor Ben. How do you feel about that? I'm talking about
After
obviously
watching what?
what we saw in Times Square.
okay.
Whether Devin, Ryan, obviously Rolly now.
All right, well, we didn't see great performances. But we weren't saying that last year.
No, I know, but what are we saying now?
Right.
Also,
I'm not going to just say that
I'm
because
not
of one
agreeing with him. I
performance.
just want your
I'm
opinion
not,
on that
no,
statement.
I think Conor does have a lot of power and ferocity at 147. So he has the capability probably
But
to
it
hurt.
seems like that's what was needed on both sides on Friday. Ferocity.
It would have been a different night.
Ferocity.
It would have.
we have to
It would've
also
been a different
remember,
night.
though, we are looking at an anomaly on the Saturday night previous. It's not as if that's the Conor Ben that we can expect to show up for any and every opponent.
Maybe a better one at
Also,
147, though. Remember, he was fighting a 160-pounder.
I know, which also means he had no worry about making weight. He is as comfortable as he could be. He is as inspired as he will ever be for any fight ever. And it was one of those I can't die situations, and he
His
still
father
did
was
lose.
there. I mean, yeah. But
It's not like he won the fight. So
I get that point, but there's something to say if he were to comfortably make 147 and what he was able to do with a big guy like Chris and what we saw, it's an argument like with
So
that
basically,
type
I mean, we're only talking about Rolly, Ryan, and Devin.
of, right.
Because T.O.'s too small. He's 140 pounds.
Right.
He hasn't even moved up to
I'm
that
talking
yet.
about those guys that
Ryan
fought-
and them
that
just fought at 147 for the first time.
Still at 47. Still at 47. Ryan's not
I'm
going
just
back
saying.
down.
I'm just
Rolly's
saying.
not going back down.
Rolly's
So-
a small guy, too. But then again, Conor Ben's a small guy. I don't know. It'd be a good fight.
I like
It'd be
the
a good
argument.
fight. It'd be a good fight.
I mean, I would like to see Rolly and Ben just because of the power that I think I was surprised that both had.
That was perfect punch placement. Pardon me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was.
I think that is a
What was
great
that? I
matchup,
didn't
and
hear
that might
that.
happen.
I didn't hear
Ben Rolly.
Okay. Oh, that's
I like
perfect.
that fight.
That's perfect. Somebody's getting knocked out.
1,000%. And honestly, I
And
don't
it
wanna
might
get
be
into
Rolly. It might be Rolly.
I would put money on it
because
I think
I'm
with
thinking
Rolly-
I'm thinking about the Isaac Cruz fight.
Yes.
Overwhelming him.
That's it.
Isaac Cruz is not a heavy puncher.
I honestly think if Ryan would have pulled the trigger a little bit more, we might have seen a different fight. I don't know why. He was landing the jab at will. Whenever he threw it, it was landing. Why not flick the jab more, open up some more shots, and pull the trigger?
I don't know. I don't know what his issue is, but I do know when you go over the edge like that and you go on a binge, it takes a toll on your body. So you clean up for a couple of months, but it might not have been enough.
Yeah, but he didn't look tired in the fight. He didn't look weak.
He looked uninspired.
Yes.
He looked almost sleepy.
looked a
like
little
he was
broken.
just sleepwalking through the whole thing. And
Like he said, look, it felt like a sparring session. It felt like they were fighting. To me, it sounded like they were fighting in a bubble at times.
listen, I don't want to be a pop psychologist, but let's take a walk down this road, right? This man feeds on chaos. The last time we seen him at his best, it was in a manic state. And the way that the fight felt was it Friday, was a bit depressing for me even. There was no energy there, this kind of like decadent class system of who got to see the fight and from which and where you got to see it from, and then only celebrities and, you know, the closest of the best friends of His Excellency are seated there. You can hear everybody, and then the people in New York City can't see the fight. They're standing on top of garbage cans and looking over fences, and the thing is boarded up.
So
That's not what boxing feels like.
Maybe he thrives more under all of that chaos.
Yeah, when people talk about the hot lights and the energy in the room and the crowd, all of that is part of your experience. Yeah. This felt like you're fighting in somebody's backyard after church.
I said that to Eddie Hearn actually. I said, does this remind you of the fights that you threw on in your backyard
during COVID?
Yeah. Same kind of scenario. And then you can hear guys like Keyshawn Davis. You can hear all of the voices now because it's so closed off in that box. So maybe, but then again, at the end of the day, in your mind, you're like, I'm in New York. No matter what, it's big. Like when Anthony Joshua came here, Anthony Joshua used to 90,000 people. But it seemed like he was a little nervous fighting in New York. Against Andy Ruiz.
Let's remember, Rolly had to deal with that as well. Everything that Ryan had to deal with.
Right.
But Rolly was in that kind of low-key mindset from the entire build-up week. Like, he played this thing like a fiddle. From the day he showed up in New York, his agenda worked.
Yeah, he stayed focused. He kind of told me secretly what he was doing.
Did he?
Yeah, and that was on a Monday. That was on that Monday fight week. He told me secretly what he was doing. But I thought he was lying. I thought he was lying. And I said just like this before he left, I said, what you just said was wise. Because the way he said it was wise, I don't know if he want me to say it, but the way he said it was wise, and usually wise things don't come out of his mouth.
Right.
And I said, if you're telling the truth, that's a wise statement. And he really was telling the truth. And now I know because Ock sent me that video of him saying all of the things that transpired that pissed him off, but he remained quiet.
Yeah. And even in the post-fight, he was like, hey, what does the Garcia-Haney rematch have to do with me? That's not my story. I don't care about that fight. Why would I stand in the way? Let him have it.
Sounds brilliant now.
Yeah.
Sounds brilliant now.
But still, obviously it's losing its aura, that fight.
That fight lost a lot of steam in the last 24 hours.
Even if they both had won.
Did it?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, what would make it lose more steam? The way that it ended yesterday, or if Ryan would have got beat up. Ryan didn't get beat up. He didn't perform.
Look, that would be worse.
He lost. It looked like he lost because of himself.
Yes.
I don't want to take the credit away from Rolly.
None of us
but it
are
looks that he
saying the
lost
thing.
because of himself.
None of us are saying the thing.
No, because I don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't believe that, actually. I don't believe that. That doesn't make you fight better. I don't think. No.
What? Wait, hold on. Are we still talking about the same thing?
No, skills. Oh, wait.
Wait, what are you talking about? Because
let me hear you say.
Last time?
I'm talking failed drug test. Yes. Failed drug test. It's not going to make you more skillful. He was missing skills, not energy, not nothing else. He was missing skills. He didn't know how to set up that
confidence. He was
That's
missing
not coming from
energy.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think he was missing energy?
Nah, I don't think so.
It was just a lack. He threw how many punches? Maybe the least amount of punches.
But he didn't look.
Yeah, but Rolly didn't throw so many. He didn't throw more.
When I say he lacked energy, I'm not saying he was tired. Yeah. I'm saying he didn't have the energy to mount the offense that he had the ability to mount.
Yeah, but he had. If you think about the speed, no. But if you think about, he had typical Ryan speed. The jab was super fast.
When he was using it, it was effective.
The few times he threw the hook, it got there at times, but not flush.
No.
I didn't see a less athletic Ryan.
No.
I didn't.
I saw the same kind of Ryan.
This is all hypothetical because, the thing is not all hypothetical. We know that was in his system. We don't know what else might have been there before. We know that this could be a masking agent, all that stuff. But let's just talk about the effects of certain PEDs and how they hit your system. It's not all just building muscle or recovering. It's also mental, which is why you call something road rage, which is how you get this manic state.
Psychologically, I can see that.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. It puts you in a space. It makes you want to be a killer. It keeps your energy like buzzing high.
I just don't think that's what was missing.
It's one of the things that clearly was missing because, to Ock's point, when he did mount his offense, the speed was there. The power was there. He did it in flurries and spots, but it didn't seem like he had the fire to continue fighting that way for 12 rounds, even a full round.
I think
and why
I
not?
think he was trying. He got
Bro,
smothered.
Sorry to cut you guys off. Is that Bud Crawford or in Saudi Arabia already?
Yes.
He was
Yes.
just
Yes.
here last night.
Yeah, they
Wow.
showed him earlier.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So
You
he
talking about
must-
that black spot there?
Yes, he hopped on the same flight with Turkey
Yeah,
and those guys.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Absolutely private.
Yeah, Ryan, not Ryan, but
I was
Haney's
on
there
it, but
as well.
I came back just for
Oh,
this.
Haney as well?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
wow.
he didn't even come to the post-fight press conference. He was on his way. However, I haven't seen him ringside. I gotta say,
Wait, Haney's there?
what I was told was that he was getting on the plane to go to Riyadh, which is why he couldn't make the post-fight press conference.
Oh, wow.
However, I haven't seen him ringside tonight.
Wow.
Eddie Hearn's there,
Yeah, see
so
Eddie.
they had
yeah.
to all have taken the same plane.
Looks like Bud is not even watching a fight though. He's on his phone.
He's probably listening to our
Yes,
live right
he
now.
is watching. Hey,
Oh,
Bud,
let us know if Bud's on. Let us know if Bud's on the stream.
Listen, if
Is
you're
Bud on the
watching,
stream?
don't do anything.
he's watching.
He's watching.
Oh man. All right, getting back to this fight really quickly. So Ross, I think he's checked out mentally. That's my opinion right now. I think Munguia is just going to coast for the next few rounds. I think that
We
was
might
round
get
8.
12 rounds out of this.
You know how much energy we rolled into New York with after Conor Benn and Chris Eubank? It took us all the way through fight week, which really wasn't all that great, with the exception of Teofimo. Nobody really showed out like they would normally have done. But we had so much energy, so much to talk about. I was asking everybody about the Ben fight. And then what happened on Friday night just killed that momentum dead and put it in a casket and buried it 12 feet underground. And now I feel like we're
Damn,
running
radio?
out.
Well, I'll say this.
We're running off that energy now. We got to pick it back up.
Maybe some fighters weren't bringing a lot of energy, but in terms of the production and the events, I thought the events were phenomenal all week long. I thought the ring did an amazing job of creating this event center in the Manhattan Center to give New York grand arrivals. I mean, think about it. All fights in New York don't have grand arrivals. The media workouts, the guys were really working out. You were there. They were sweating.
I was there. But I think also our excitement was, again, momentum from London, and it was well set up
Yes.
by a ring
Yes.
and match room.
Turkey Al-Sheikh.
And that all carried forward. And what I'm saying is it fell off a cliff on Friday night.
You mean with the fights?
Yes, with the fights, and I didn't think that the atmosphere served the moment. I thought,
And you have to blame the fighters, not the promoters, the production, not ring, not matchroom, not the zone. You have to blame the fighters for that.
Yeah,
here's
but
the thing. I don't know who to blame for the fact that nobody on the street could see the fight. I don't know who to blame.
The city, New York City, because to my understanding, there are rumors that Turkey Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, wanted the fans to be able to watch it.
Right.
He didn't want the gates up, but the city didn't allow it because it would have caused too much commotion if people crossing the street, driving by, would see a big fight. They'll stop. It would have been mayhem
Yeah,
if that
you
wasn't
saw
done.
how tight it was, and they couldn't see anything.
He actually wanted to close
Imagine
the
how
streets
it would be.
down
This
for
is
the
what I
fans.
expected, and again, I'm saying I
That's
don't
what
know.
we were
who's-
kind of told.
Yeah.
And we thought the fight was going to be broadcast on
Exactly.
all of the Jumbotron.
To my understanding, and don't quote me on this, but Turkey wanted all of this possible. He wanted the fans to be able to see it. He wanted to close the streets down. He wanted to put it everywhere, but there were so many restrictions
city
from New
stopped
York
it all.
City.
Like he
That
wanted,
is
it was
a
going to be a
shame.
fence
That
without
is a
the
shame.
boards around it. It would
That's what it should have been.
That's what it was going to be.
And that's what I expected. And it's a shame that the city couldn't make that happen. I understand safety and all that, but
It would have been crazy,
At
though.
the very minimum, they should have allowed the jumbotrons around the ring to be able
That's
to be
it.
visible.
That's all I say.
And
That's
that's
all I
what
say.
killed it. So I'm not blaming
But even
anybody
that,
in
but even
particular,
that
but
would have
that's what
created
happened.
some mayhem in the city because people would have just
Yeah, but it's not the first time Times Square is being shut down. Like
one time a year.
Okay, well, if you can do it once, you can do it
with
twice.
with a million people there, and practically every NYPD officer has to be in NYC.
30
They can't do that.
thousand cops.
Yeah. So, a little different day. He tried. NYC, shame on you for not allowing
That's
him.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If it is that, then shame on NYC. Either don't let us have it, or let us have it the right way.
Right,
but
right.
don't say you can have it, and then, because this is what probably happened the way New York works. They said he could do it,
Yes.
and then
And
as
they
he
flipped.
started to do
I'm
it,
guessing.
you
Yeah.
took this away,
I'm
you
guessing
took
that.
that
I'm
away.
guessing
Oh,
that.
you can do this, but it'll cost you an extra $3
At
million.
this point, they're in too
Right.
deep,
And
and they
they're
have to
in-
follow through.
Exactly.
But maybe we got something to look forward to in July in Central Park. Maybe if they pick an area where it's big enough, like the band shell area over there, where we can actually have a crowd.
Yeah, I mean,
That
let's
would
hope.
be sick.
Let's hope that whatever concept they put forward, if it gets approved, that it,
Yeah.
it gets stuck to. Because
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
want to hear about it's
No
just going to
changes.
disrupt the koi
No
fish.
changes. Still in all credit to the ring and Turki Al-Sheikh for attempting to do something historic. And in my opinion, it still
No, it
was
was
historic.
historic.
Still historic.
And again, we understand. We're not criticizing
Right,
his
right.
excellency personally, but we have to speak honestly about what the experience was.
Right.
And so that's what it ended up being. And so we have to either talk about how this kind of event, if you're going to put something on this for the very first time and maybe the very last time, where it can improve if we're going to go to Central Park next. What we don't want to repeat.
Oh.
You want to step into Turki Al-Sheikh's office like Canelo
Right.
and be like, listen.
Well,
this is-
I think,
Right,
in
right.
my opinion, I think that him and his team have probably realized the barriers that New York is going to put on him.
Yeah.
So if he does business again here in Central Park, trust me that all of those things, those ducks are going to be
Ironed
aligned.
out.
Yep.
And what a beautiful way to come back if it's Central Park next, fix those
I
problems.
mean, and then, let's be
in
honest.
the summer,
The next day, hopping on a flight to Saudi to put on a whole nother card with the face of boxing. Come on. Yeah, like I said, Suras has checked out. He's picking shots here and there. No urgency.
That right hand look a little urgent to me.
I mean, at this point, I think he knows he's well behind on the cards. He knows he's not about to get a decision, so he's either got to land one super punch or just not get knocked out himself.
Yeah. Maybe in survival mode already.
I mean, he's definitely in survival mode, but I don't think he's eliminated the idea that maybe I get a late round super punch in.
Land something big, yeah, at some point.
Yeah, because he's not hurt. He just knows he ain't going to win this thing on the cards.
Right, for sure. And
what
what would you say Munguia's campaigning for, right? Like, he wants to finish his fight strong. What's next for him?
This is what I was asking. What's in it? Like, are these just more entertaining?
Well, I'll
68
tell you
fights?
this. Edgar Berlanga himself said he gets past Shiraz, that maybe
Which
this
is a
fight,
very tough fight.
he would love to
He
see
wants
Munguia
Munguia badly.
late this year. Puerto Rico, another Puerto Rico-Mexico rivalry. I like that fight. I think it's a good fight. How does that fight even play out? This version of Munguia against Edgar Berlanga.
Damn, I don't even want to talk about that when you got Shiraz in front of you.
No,
yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Shiraz
is a real
is a little
threat.
more dangerous than Rolly.
What? Way more dangerous
And
than what
Rolly
we
just
expected.
messed up those plans. I just can't even. I don't know.
To me, Shiraz is a hell of a fighter, honestly. That is going to be an interesting matchup.
I say Munguia is there to get hit more than Shiraz. So Munguia might be the kind of fight that
Edgar
Edgar
landed a
Berlanga.
bigger shot on.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Little uppercut landed there by
I don't know.
Shiraz.
Shiraz is looking good in this round until just now.
just now. Oh, good body attack by Munguia.
He's taking the shots though.
Now, you saw Saras take that breath. When you get hit
Yeah.
right there underneath the elbow and you take that breath,
Yep.
that's a little quit.
That's why you
It's
got
a
your-
there's a little quit in that breath.
Oh, a little quick.
Like, okay, this is enough. Also, these real wide shots that Munguia is throwing, if Saras was still really looking for his opportunities, he'd be punching in between
Right
those
down the
punches.
middle.
Yeah, Munguia's not turning those punches over.
Just trying to stay busy and win the rounds.
Yeah.
At this point, I think Munguia has realized that, look, it doesn't seem like I'm going to land a big, clean shot against this guy. Let me just let my hands go and win this fight on points.
I believe the main event and the co-main event are going to get that energy back up because I'm expecting a war in the next fight.
With
I
Badu
think
Jack?
Badu Jack fight is
Oh,
going to be a
man.
war. And I'm expecting a spectacular knockout by Canelo. I'm looking
if
for
he can
like,
get to him. I feel like sometimes people fight Canelo differently. I was saying this earlier. Who was that?
Charlo?
No, well, Charlo, yeah, but we expected Charlo to kind of do that after he felt his power. But it was John Ryder. He fought Canelo a certain way, then all of a sudden he fought Munguia a little bit more toe-to-toe and gets knocked out.
Right.
Now, obviously, Canelo hits harder than Munguia, but once you feel that power, you're not trying to engage. So sometimes the guys that usually bang it out fight different when they fight Canelo.
Also, it has to be said that you fight a guy like Canelo and take the kind of shots that Ryder took, it does soften the egg. Maybe next time out, there's a little bit more cracks in the shell.
That's a fact. Triple G effect, like on
Yeah.
Kell Brook.
That's exactly what I'm
Triple
talking
G
about.
effect. I like that. Sometimes that robs the guy of a victory, but I get it. Like the Pacquiao that Ugas beat, that wasn't the regular Pacquiao.
I have to say, Munguia looked pretty solid today. He looked really decent, a little more cautious defensively. Obviously was knocked out.
Ooh, I like
Good
that.
counter.
That
like
was
that.
nice. That lets you know the fight's still on. I'm not just waiting for these last 2 minutes to tick away. You're still in trouble, my man.
Yeah.
Oh, he's about to take away a point?
No.
Oh, just a warning, serious warning.
Also, Munguia's got a point to spare. Hit him in the balls again.
He ain't really hit him in the balls. He really just hit him in the stomach.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
This
so high.
I
His
think
shorts
this is
are
a
so high.
conversation that needs to be had amongst the officials, and then something needs to be officially stated as to where is the low blow line and how do you determine that. So many things are ambiguous in boxing, and when it matters, nobody can define it.
Too much stuff is left to the discretion of a referee, and I actually
And public opinion.
discretion.
Like, you can see the same referee make two different calls just based on the circumstance.
Plenty times we see calls, we think are bad calls, good calls. I call up other referees, they say hell no. Plenty times. I mean, Saras stood on his feet this whole fight. We got to give him that. And so did Munguia.
Yeah, but at no point do I remember him being like, oh, I'm coming to get it. I'm about to take this fight right now.
Are we slightly disappointed in the action in this fight?
No, I mean, okay.
The activity,
I
I'd
was
say.
just about to say that too, because I feel like if the guy that just knocked you out and you rematch him and you win a unanimous decision, did you do enough?
Yeah, I would say so. And this is not a shot at Munguia.
No,
I think
did you
he's
do enough to say,
making
now
the
I
fight.
don't need a trilogy with you?
Yes, because Suras is in survival mode. He's been since the 6th round, not trying to engage. Obviously, Munguia is the one taking the fight to him. He's doing all he can do. So I would say you're checking out. No need for a rematch.
I totally agree with the first part of that, where yes, everything you said is true. But Saras can easily say, I had this, I had that, it was a bad camp, I knocked him out before, I'll come back ready. You're going to see that again.
I'd say
now what?
because
Big
There's
enough-
a door now.
Is this a big enough fight for people for that to
want the third one.
No.
You're not
No.
going to want it.
You're right.
But if I'm Saras, I'm saying I knocked him out
Yes.
last time.
Thank
I got
you.
outpointed in a
You got
sleeper
room.
the
You got
second
room,
time.
bro.
He has a great argument.
You got room.
Do the checkbooks come out for that?
Right,
No.
but it was up to Saras
Possibly
if he
not,
wasn't going to
possibly
win
not.
today to fight hard enough to make people say, okay,
Yeah,
we need to see that
exactly.
again.
And he
And
didn't
that
do that.
definitely
He
did
didn't
There
that.
you
do
go.
that.
There you go. It's almost like Andy Ruiz. You
Yeah.
knocked out Joshua, but the way you fought the second time, nobody wants to see a trilogy.
I don't think I've
You
ever
didn't
been
warrant
That's
one.
why it didn't
as
happen.
angry with a fighter, like actual angry, like I like personally
wanted to slap him?
upset in Riyadh when I spoke
You didn't even want to
Andy
interview
Ruiz.
him. They was like, all right, seconds out. No.
No. I spoke. He made me more angry. I was befuddled. I was like, I gotta talk to this guy and maybe
Right.
understand what the
Right.
I just saw.
Right.
He said, man, I didn't train. I got the money and I was just happy to be having the money to take care of my
He told the
family.
truth. He told the
And
truth.
This is what he said to me, and I thought that was so disrespectful to the game, to himself, to me.
Listen, I'm angry. I'm angry with Andy.
How can you disrespect me like that?
I'm
Andy?
angry with him for other reasons. Some business reasons that I might air out on here before the night is up, because now that you brought him up, I'm upset now just thinking about it.
The opportunity that he had really to etch himself in the history of boxing, and this is back when Riyadh
Get your business guys intact. Get your business guys intact. Don't just talk business just to talk
battles,
business.
though.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Personal
Andy
battle
will
right
get
here.
you like that. And get your training shit together.
Come on. Yeah,
Keep
get that-
those
get
belts
that
around
together.
your waist.
Don't
What are you
say-
doing? What are you doing, Andy?
You got guys.
Andy, you're the first Mexican heavyweight champion. Salute, bro.
You
Salute.
could have defended that, though. You could have come back. That's one of those fights where you could have seen a trilogy if he had come in and actually gave an effort. The idea that after, and here's the problem. I was in wild card when he wasn't getting a shot, when the guy was too fat, too Mexican, can't be a heavyweight. Like, nobody's thinking this guy is really going to be able to do anything, even though when we see him in the ring in sparring sessions that I'm shooting, he's a talent. He's really,
Yeah, he is.
and he's sacrificing. He's coming in the gym and working it out and putting everything on the line.
No
and not
future you
getting
can
a
really
shot.
see,
And then
but
he
he's still
only-
training hard.
Exactly, and he only
Wow.
gets that shot last minute because Miller is PED'd
Wow.
up, and he steps in and here comes the decision.
Wow.
We're gonna start shitting on Andy a little bit more after the decision.
Judges Ron McNair and Howard Foster are in agreement. They both scored the same, 117 to 111. All in favor
9 rounds to 3.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Put your hands down, Sir Ross. Stop it. Stop
I
it.
love that his hand was up.
Stop it.
Your hands have been up the whole
Your
fight.
hands should have been like this. Up like this, saying, that guy. Stop it.
Oh, man. But to finish this point about Andy, it was so upsetting because I knew how much he went through and how many times he was denied an opportunity that when he finally got it, he capitalized on it. So we're
did.
peaking. And it's not like I wanted Joshua to lose by any stretch of the imagination. I liked the guy. I was like, wow, that's not what I expected to see. But I was happy that it was Andy who done it.
Yes.
And I wanted to see him
I
in his
experienced that.
best form
Right.
in the rematch to prove that it wasn't a fluke and see what Joshua really was about.
Right.
That could have been one of the greatest heavyweight fights we've ever seen.
No,
I think
I
Andy
get
had
it.
that in him.
I think
But
what you
let's not
said
ignore
earlier.
The $7 million he made for that last-minute replacement. Right, we don't know what
Like
that did to
13
him.
million after.
And then he made $20 million within 2 fights. I mean, how many of us can deal with that, get that type of money, and stay locked in?
Yeah.
I agree with you. He
I would like to find out.
disrespected the sport.
Me too. You and I both.
I'd like to make
Let
Andy
me
mad
try.
at me one day.
Oh man, let's see what Munguia says here.
I say, oh, no, la, cadet- no, say-
And this guy's the best translator in the business. Just you know, my boy.
I like that he's got a pen and paper. It makes me trust him.
Yeah. No, he's trustworthy. He's actually better. He's not Hispanic, but he's better than the Hispanic ones. It's a shame, but
They just be paraphrasing, right? They're
yeah,
like,
yeah, no,
he
they be-
kind of
and
said
they,
this.
No, they be off
Making-
sometimes.
making shit
Off,
up.
Making shit up. I tell you all the time, Barak. Where the F did they get this guy from?
Eddie Reynoso. Look, they call the whole team Team Canelo. He can give instructions, okay?
You think
He can
he-
give instructions.
you think
Who's your
he's-
trainer? Team Canelo.
You think he's headed to Canelo's locker room now to show him how to throw an uppercut?
No.
No,
He's just there to back him up. That's it.
That is Eddie's Instagram page, right? Team Canelo.
Team Canelo.
Ooh, I'm a little nervous about the next one.
Who you rooting for? Are you rooting? I'm rooting for
I'm
Badu.
saying I'm rooting for Badu Jack
I'm
all
rooting
the
for
way.
Badu Jack. That's how I got.
I'm rooting for Badu Jack. I'm also, though,
Yeah, I know you got a lot of respect.
rooting
Yeah.
for
Okay.
Don Charles. This is the secret weapon that Noel McKillian's coming in with. He got Don Charles in his corner with a 2-week camp, third week being fight week. And
Okay.
Don would have an opportunity to get his second world champion after toiling away for years and years with Chisora, never actually getting that world title, then getting a wayward Dubois, who everybody thought was a quitter, maybe was done, and took him to the IBF title, and now in an undisputed matchup in a bit over a month's time, and he could get a second banner in his gym for a world title in one fight with 2 weeks' notice if he can win tonight. And I love Badu Jack. That's my brother. I want him to win, but like I say, I'm split on this one because I love Don Charles, and I really want him to get this moment and have this happen.
I would love for him to get that moment too with a different fight, not this one.
Yeah, I get it. But boy, I mean,
maybe he'll get an undisputed fighter.
No, this one, but I
maybe
feel
not,
like,
but maybe he will.
I feel like he is starting to get the acknowledgement that he deserves. But imagine if on the way to undisputed, a month or so out, you drop your second world title banner with a totally different fight that you only had 2 weeks to prepare.
And that's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But you know, in that division, it's not really worth as much.
I'm sorry, what?
At 200-pound division, no one knows these champions.
No. As a trainer, what you're
I
able
see
to
a
do with a
banner
guy
in
who
your
hasn't
gym.
fought in 2
I see a banner
years,
in your gym. Yes.
that's an accomplishment.
What's going on?
But nobody
What's up,
knows.
bro?
What's up, bro? How you doing? Yes, sir.
I say it's
Good.
more. I say it has more to do with for the trainer. It means as much, if not more, than it does for the
Okay,
fighter.
yeah, his resume is amazing.
I
His
mean,
resume would be
that's
amazing.
saying I can step in that situation and get this guy his title back. With all that we know and love about Badu Jack, all that you said about Badu Jack, he's expected to win the fight. He's got his title back. And if this guy comes out of recess,
But can
and
we really
claims
give the
you gotta
credit to
give
Don
that.
Charles
Yes!
for 2 week camp?
3, including fucking
But
fight
I'm
week.
gonna tell you why. I'm
Yes.
gonna tell you why. Because if he loses, we're not gonna blame Don Charles.
We won't blame Don Charles
Well, then you
because
can't
he's
give him
expected to lose.
you can't give him the
No,
credit
because you're
for.
you're doing
Is
something
he
that's
really
not
expected?
expected. No,
But
you're
is he
doing-
really expected to lose? I mean, what are the odds for this fight?
I don't know what the odds are, but I'm assuming that Badu is the favorite. And if even if it has nothing to do with who's the better fighter 2 years ago, because they've both been out of the ring 2 years, the fact that Badu had a full camp and McKillian had 3 weeks. Like that alone has got to swing the balance in Badu's favor, and that's what I'm saying. If a trainer can come in and if he loses, you don't blame him because you shouldn't win, which is what makes the win something you get credit for, and special credit for. This guy was here yesterday
So I
too.
guess he was on that plane too.
That's it.
Ring Magazine is treating their people very good, I see.
Yeah.
So this is a Riyadh season fight?
Yeah.
Not ring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every fight's a Riyadh season fight.
No, I'm just saying he's a Ring Magazine employee.
No,
That's
I
right,
get
yeah.
you. But it's all one and the same.
Yeah, same thing, same thing.
I'm happy to see Danny on the mic. I wasn't sure what Danny was at.
Absolutely.
This is a good role for him.
I think so. I've always said that. I mean, for years.
Yeah.
Even HBO days, they would sprinkle him in here and there.
Yeah.
You know, I said, okay, I can see where he's going after boxing.
Did anyone get an opportunity? We can't listen to too much of this because we might get a copyright strike if we listen to these guys too much.
I see that they didn't make Cop with
There you go.
his own
Look
clip
at
there.
look at DC. I mean, this is great, man. This is great. I mean,
Let's go,
I
Jack.
cannot wait.
Let's go, Jack.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Did anybody get a chance to hear Lampley call the fight?
I did. I watched it.
He sound like he never left.
Still got it. I
Still
mean,
got it.
My
Yeah.
goodness.
Still got
It
it.
was good. It was good.
It's like breathing.
He
for
was
him.
honest,
And he
too.
kept it a buck
He was honest, too.
at times. He was very honest.
He was honest.
Very
It was
candid.
good.
That's good. That's good to hear. We got to keep it a buck.
Come on.
Oh my goodness. What's that? Oh.
And Tarver did well with him too.
I was surprised to hear Tarver's voice, and I thought that that's a good asset for the broadcast team.
That was good. That was a good pick. Very interesting.
Does anybody think Scull has a real shot tonight?
Has a second job? You were about to say? If he doesn't, he better get one next week. Come on, brother.
I mean, okay, I know no one's picking him, but let's just take this stroll down fantasy lane. If he is to win,
on points.
how?
Like, on points. That's about it.
Moving,
Jabbing,
using his size.
moving.
Can he pull a Bevel? Can he stay outside? Can he keep Canelo at bay?
He doesn't necessarily
punches?
fight like Bevo, but maybe.
Well,
Bevo beat him with the 1-2-1
That's what I mean.
and jumping in and out.
And he was high
No.
value. Bivol threw a lot of punches on that, so I can't see. Doesn't have a similar style.
No.
But, I mean, look what we saw on Saturday. Nobody expected that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, on Friday, yesterday. Yeah. So, I don't think it's like.
But like I said, people don't fight Canelo the same. So maybe he'll try and fight him long
Do
distance.
we know Skull's, because they're saying it's pronounced Skull, not Skull, right?
Yeah, whatever.
His purse for this fight. You know me, I'm pocket watching, right? I stay pocket watching.
I mean, like one thing that isn't even spoken about enough. It's an undisputed fight.
It is for Canelo. Well, not obviously
for-
for Skull as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
Canelo.
Yeah.
Only
That's
for
a cold shot right there.
Only for Canelo. Yeah, for Canelo.
There's
yeah.
a plan in action here, buddy.
If Scull wins, he's still got to win the Team Canelo belt,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is not
that's
on the line tonight.
No. Then he has to win the ring belt and some other ones. No, but seriously.
One at a time, Skull. One at a time.
Oh, man. Look, we all know what our friend Bud Crawford wants to achieve, right?
Yeah.
Being undisputed in 3 different divisions. And he said, if he's feeling, he told us, maybe if he's feeling froggy, he does that. Maybe he comes back to 154 and does it in a 4th division, which would be.
And I said no.
Would that make him the GOAT?
Of course.
No, come on. There's
Of
no
course.
question. No
At
question.
38 years
Stop
old.
It. Stop it,
At
radio.
38 years
There's
old.
no way in hell you could say otherwise.
I mean,
Are you kidding?
It's not his fault he was blackballed
I don't-
until he was 35.
I don't want to get involved. Let's just see. If
I
he
mean,
gets
I
past
like
Canelo
hypotheticals.
because
I want to hold
that's
you
a
to it if
lot.
it happens.
That's a lot.
I wanna
I'm not
hold you
ready.
to
Oh, what you're saying is it's too much to even fathom.
Yeah, it's just
That's
like
what you're
we're
saying.
Too far down the
You're stretching.
trough.
All right.
How far are we? We're in
No, I get-
September.
first of all, most people don't even think he's getting past Canelo.
I'm
so.
saying you're saying he beats Canelo and then goes back to 54 and becomes undisputed again.
In a
That's
fourth
a,
division?
I need to
I
see.
know it's insane,
Some of this
but
shit
do you need to
unfold.
see it?
Yes.
I mean, can you think if it ever happened, can you comfortably
I-
say
I-
he
I'm
is the
not
greither of
comfortably
all time?
imagining it.
So in
Especially
other words,
if he goes down 154 and got to fight like 2-3 people
no,
to get it.
No, but my vision of it would be
It's
while
one
this, while this
Fundora
transpires,
gets all of the belts or
somebody else gets it. Next year, top of the year, it goes down. One more fight. I'm not
I can see that,
expecting
and I
him to
told
come
I said,
down.
the belts are too scattered for you to go back down to 154
Wait it out.
and try and get
Oh,
them
I
all.
thought you meant collecting the belts himself.
No,
Right.
I mean winning one fight.
That's why I was like, I can't.
No,
too much.
I mean,
Too much.
ideally, one guy captures those belts and he fights
Whether
Bud.
it's Tim Tszyu or
Yeah,
whoever.
whoever it is. 2 fight. I'm saying 2 more fights for Bud. Beating Canelo if it happens, and beating whoever's undisputed at 54 and walking off. I mean, would anybody ever accomplish that?
It would be hard to not.
I mean,
have
in a
that
way, still
conversation.
has an opportunity.
I don't think it would be a question.
In a way, still
Also,
has an opportunity.
in the coming era that we've already begun, really, I think we're going to get a lot more undisputed fighters than we've had in the past
Fair
50
enough.
years.
Fair
I
enough.
agree.
But in different
We already
divisions?
have. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
we
this
have so
is-
many.
Because we have guys that move divisions, they just don't become undisputed because it's too hard to do.
Right.
But because of the ring and Riyadh season and His Excellency, these things are attainable now. We might start judging by how many undisputeds you have, and not just how many titles.
Right,
Exactly.
but we
That's a
still
good
have
point.
to. We still have to consider who you're fighting, who you're beating. I mean, if if Canelo, if Bud beats Canelo, already he's in a conversation.
Of course,
Already.
but you already know also what will also have been said. Is the Canelo on the decline? When was the last time Canelo fought a real challenge? And is that there'll be excuses that I'm not supporting. I'm not offering those excuses myself, but it's not as black and white as maybe it should be, but it won't be.
That's why we have to control that narrative. And we have to say it the way it is and really give credit where it's due. This is still Canelo that's winning, and it's beaten everybody since the Bivol fight. I wouldn't take any credit away from Bud, not to mention jumping up to 168.
I never agree with that Canelo's on a decline anyway. I just felt like Canelo moved up to a weight class where he doesn't belong, and he should not be knocking people out. He knocked
What do you
out,
think he belongs at 60?
and that's the highest he should go because he's really got the frame of a 154-pounder. All the guys at 154 are bigger than Canelo, except Brian Castano. All those other guys are bigger than him. Jamel Charlo, all those guys are bigger than Canelo. They're wider than him. They're taller than him. He's a small frame guy. 160 is it for him. He's smaller than all 160s too. But 168, that's crazy. We used to joke about me, Og and Canelo used to joke about 168 when he was fighting at 154. We used to be like, you go out to 158, you think he could be, and we laugh about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now he's doing it, and people call that a decline, but it's really fighting guys he shouldn't be able to knock out.
With that said, Crawford beating him one time at 68 at this point in his career, he immediately eclipses Canelo?
God, dog. Now it's harder to
framing it
answer
like
that
that,
question when you frame it that way.
it's a
because
way-
he
a great
beat
way to
like
frame
20
it.
champions.
It's the feet though, and then to your point, Canelo has somewhat did the same, right? In his own right.
You could be considered the greatest, but not have the best resume. You get what I'm saying? You have the greatest accomplishments, but Canelo's done more. You understand what I'm saying?
But then who's the better of the two? Like,
Well,
I would say
they'll settle that in the ring.
No, right.
no, but is that? But that's what I'm getting at. Does
Then
that
that-
one fight
okay,
settle
let me
that?
show you. Then that
'Cause
would
you
mean-
beat the guy. Does that mean you by proxy beat the 20 fucking
No,
champions?
but check this
he
out.
beat?
That would mean that we can say that Pacquiao. Who's better, Pacquiao or Mayweather? Who's better?
Listen,
Pacquiao has a
Mayweather is
better-
I'd rather have Pacquiao's
Career.
career.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like that. It's like Bud would be Mayweather, better than you, and certain accomplishments you didn't have. But I have a long resume of
I'd
champions.
rather have Pacquiao's career because of the way I think about fighting
I get
and the
you.
kind of fucking
I get
brand
you.
I'd want to have.
But Mayweather
But-
did have a lot of champions under the belt.
At this point, if you're asking me Canelo Crawford, I'm picking Canelo in both categories. I'm like, I'd rather just be Canelo.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
there's not a category in which I'd rather be Crawford than Canelo.
Right.
Right,
No, I
right,
got
right.
you.
That makes sense.
I got you on that
Look
one.
what he's
Yeah,
done
100%. Yeah.
in his career.
Yeah.
But when you look at it from just I can't give enough credit for the Spence fight because in hindsight, people were saying, "Oh, it wasn't the Spence that we know," and all a bunch of bullshit. But after the accident, he beat Danny
Ugas
the way he
and
did.
Danny.
He beat Ugas the way he did. So I give him credit as beating the best version of Errol Spence, in my opinion. And I just think that that's a big accomplishment. I would put Triple G in that category for Canelo. If we're kind of creating parallels here, like he beat that guy. Did he beat Triple G the way Bud beat Spence?
No.
No,
Did he beat
right?
Triple G at all in the first two fights?
I thought he beat him in the second fight. I didn't think the second fight was as close as people thought. That's my opinion.
I thought the
And
second
what is-
fight was
I
close,
thought
but
I thought he
Canelo won.
walked Triple G down. He
But
landed
Canelo
so
won.
many body shots. I didn't think that fight.
The second fight was close.
I
still.
didn't think he beat him in either of the first two fights. I thought he fucking lost the first fight, and I
Wa-
thought the
go
second
watch
fight
that
was a
second
draw.
fight again.
I thought that second fight was a draw. I'm not saying he lost it. I thought it was a draw though, and
So if
I've
it's
seen
a
it
draw,
a couple times.
that means it could go either way.
No,
And
I
wouldn't
thought
you
it.
give
I
it-
thought it was a draw. I don't think it could have gone either way. I thought it was a draw.
My point is
if it had been a draw and the first fight had gone the way it absolutely should have gone, which was Triple G wins, then Triple G's still champion. And I'm taking you down a real crazy road now, because how does that butterfly affect the whole trajectory of both guys' careers?
I mean, to that point, let's be honest.
Triple G started not fighting people. He started not fighting good fighters.
He stopped believing in boxing, bro. It hurt him. I think that became his disillusionment. It's like what I think anyway has happened to Devin Haney. It's just like, I'm not going to get credit for doing shit the right way. I am not going to, like Badu Jack, I'm not going to play this game where I'm the guy with valor, doing shit the right way, winning fights I should win, and then not getting not only the win in the ring, but then I'm not getting the future I'm supposed to get, I'm not getting the bag, I'm not getting the respect, and I'm putting myself in harm's way, taking these hellacious fights against the best. No, sir, I'm not doing it anymore, and I think that rocked Triple G's entire worldview. He was just like, and I think that's why he did Abel the way he did him. I think that was out of character for Triple G, but he was like, this is a dirty game. They did me dirty, I'm gonna do you dirty. I'm taking all the money I can keep, and that's it. I think this probably still stays with him to this day, thinking about what could have been.
No, that's a great assessment for Triple G. As far as Canelo, regarding his big accomplishments, I think collecting all the belts at 168, being the smaller guy, you and I always talk about how small he is in that division. He shouldn't be fighting that division in reality, but collecting those stripes the way he did, I think the Triple G wins, whether you agree with them or not, especially the third one obviously he won, and those will probably be his biggest. I think about the Cotto fight, but
we got Marcus Brown in the building. You know he's familiar with
Well, let's
Badu
bring him
Jack.
in.
let's bring him in.
Marcus, you want
to join? Nah. Sit here, man.
Nah, we good. We chilling.
No, there's still time to mess it up, so stay on your P's and Q's. You got a dog in this fight?
I would like to see Badu Jack win.
That's it. I think that's a consensus from the fellas, too.
Tell me a little bit about y'all fight, you and Badu Jack.
I think technical boxing. He just don't know how to deal with that.
Your speed was kind of a little bit too much?
Yeah, the footwork and the power kept him honest. Yeah, power definitely kept him honest.
But looking at that cut, and I know in your mind you're like, I'm going to keep hitting that cut. Did you think they was going to stop that fight?
I thought they was, to be honest, but hell of a fight. I ain't going to lie to you. That was a lot of blood, broski. Keep going, you know what I mean?
Did you feel bad at any point?
That joint was crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Did you look at the ref like?
During the fight, you felt bad.
Bro, I felt icky. All that blood coming on me. I'm like, no, stop this shit, please. And they just kept going. I'm like, all right, well, it is what it is.
You kept your foot on the gas. Yeah. Oh, you was aiming at the cut?
Oh, absolutely.
Man.
When a referee isn't stopping a fight that you feel like my opponent is now in danger. You're endangering his life. Maybe he's losing too much blood. This cut is too big. Are you conflicted? Or do you just have to switch into kill mode and blame somebody else in your mind for whatever the result of this is?
I could have stepped it up a little bit more.
So you might have held back a little bit at times?
Yeah, bro, because I was like...
One good flurry, probably. One real good flurry. You was pop, but one good...
At the end of the day, I was like, I thought his corner was going to stop him.
He was tough as hell.
Really winning round.
He was tough as hell.
And it was just going like 7, 8, 9. I'm like...
But in retrospect, that fight, because of the way he fought and finished with that cut, kind of created this aura for Jack, where he was considered a warrior. He was a warrior, I know, but that kind of cemented his legacy.
That's a fact. And look where he at right now.
Yeah,
He's fighting and he's still going. You feel me?
Getting the check.
Overachiever, 3-division champ. He's
41 years old.
Crazy.
Still
Been robbed
defending
about
a
5
world
times.
title.
All right, James DeGale. He's robbed against James DeGale, Lucian Bute,
Oh yeah,
and Stevenson.
robberies.
And any what is it? When the champion in Emirates or something like that, when they just let him just
Recess.
Yeah, champion in recess.
Champion in Emirates is what he is now.
And then
I I
And then
think
That's what he
they gave
flies
the belt
now
back
all the
then.
time. Business class.
How long has it been since he fought for real?
2 years.
2 years. He's getting the respect that he probably deserved back in the day.
I think how this fight starts is also very important. If one of these guys is sharp
on
out the
his
gate,
toes.
I'm looking for ring rust. I'm looking for age to be a factor.
Badu's on his toes right now.
Yeah, and that's a good
He
thing
bouncing.
for
He
Badu.
bouncing. He jabbed. He just got counted right there.
I want to see if they're sharp and if the timing is there. 2
I'm
years
not
out of
used
the
to
ring,
seeing
out of
boxing
live
this
action is a long time.
That's a big Badu right there.
Sometimes
That's
that
a big
can be the
Badu right
advantage
there,
for the
yeah.
youth.
He was going up to fight Bridgerweight, and he came back down to defend this title.
Badu looks big too. Like
Badu was probably walking around 220 when he was fighting 175.
You think?
I mean, he was a big boy. I saw him at LA one time. I was like, Badu, I said, you bigger than me. I was like,
Yeah, he's
he
big.
said, I'm heavyweight right now.
I see his stutter step in and out is already
A little
working.
Stab to the body.
Really like he missed a step for real.
Yeah.
I do like that Noel is throwing combination. He's not just throwing one shot at a time. When he mounts an offense, it's 2s and 3s.
How long has it been since he been out the ring?
2 years also.
Also,
Marcus, I know you won that fight, but what does Badu do good?
What does he do good? Shit. It's a hard question, bro. No comment. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
All right, let's put it this way. How do you know he's doing well in this fight? What are you looking for to be like, okay, Badu is doing well?
When he starts throwing more than one shot, like 2 3s, and they start to land.
Yeah.
That's how he fights. You know what I'm saying?
In rhythm, combination
Exactly.
punching.
When he starts to land 2s and 3s, that's when you know he cooking.
I see he landed a jab. Is that a sign, Marcus, when you start to land your jab and it's not just hitting the glove, it's actually landing on the head? Is that like the green light? Okay, let me start putting punches together because I'm at the right distance.
Yeah, that shit can open up. That's
Right.
what open everything up and set everything up. You know, you can't just.
Did you see the
You
fights
gotta-
last
you gotta
night?
Establish that.
Right.
Mesmerize a guy with it.
Right.
You know what I mean, and then you just continue from there.
Open
Did
them
you
up.
see the fights last night?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I felt like they should have had a fighter from the East Coast on that card, especially from the tri-state area.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was good for boxing, but then again, it was boring, to be honest. Like
Still good. Like the event was
But
still
it was- it
good
was-
for boxing.
oh, that event,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Crazy, right?
It was crazy, but at
Crazy.
the same time, it was a lot of chess matches in there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
so
yeah.
Too much?
two guys thinking is like nobody really want
Nobody
to
fighting,
get hit and
nobody
open up. You
engaging,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Make
yeah.
mistakes. So
Right.
you know how it goes.
Why do you think that was? Because most of these guys are known for being aggressive and
Especially
putting on a
Rolly
show.
and
I
Brian.
think being outside in Times Square just like changed.
Maybe
See
this
what I tell you?
mindset,
It
feel
don't,
me?
it's Times Square. It's New York. It
It's
doesn't
different.
matter about the no
It's
crowd.
It's like really the mecca
Yeah.
of the world.
See
you know
what I'm saying? That's what I was saying earlier. I was
nobody
like,
really wanted
just
to
because
make
there's
a
no
mistake.
crowd, it's still New York, Times Square, shutting everything down.
Nobody want to make a mistake.
I got
and
you.
get put
I
on
got
TV like for real.
Right.
So far, even though both of these guys have been out of the ring for 2 years, this is a very, very high-level, skilled matchup, and I don't see either one of them really lost a step.
Yeah,
Nah,
no,
but
they look pretty
Cannon's
good
looking a
considering
little
2
sharp,
years. They look really
Going
good.
up
Very
and down
sharp.
with the jab. He looking sharp.
That's
I mean,
what
he's not
it's
landing.
a four-punch
He's not-
combination.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah,
land.
I
but-
don't see
but-
too
but-
much ring rust, to your
No,
point.
But he's throwing. He's being more active right now than.
And
than
as the
Jack.
fight progresses, of those 4 punches, 1 or 2 is going to get through.
Correct.
It looks better for the judges anyway. The battle got to get active this round.
You know he a slow starter.
Uh-huh.
He's always been.
And with you, it seems like he was telegraphing his shots. When he fought you, he was telegraphing his shot, and he was doing that step in like this. He was stepping in like, like instead of on your toes like that, he's stepping in like this, like he's walking. And you was just, bop, 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 bop. And I said, why are you doing that, Jack?
You know, it also must be said what is on the line in this fight, because we talked about the narrative between these two guys, and they're battling over that one WBC belt. But what they're really battling about is opportunity, because there's going to be no rematch. No matter who wins this fight, they're not fighting each other again. They are going immediately into unification bouts on the road to Undisputed. Whoever is going to win Undisputed at Cruiserweight is going to do it in the next 2 to 3 fights.
Right, and imagine a 40-something-year-old Badu Jack becoming Undisputed.
This is a shot. If he's out of the conversation after tonight, he's never getting in the conversation again.
No. And I'm sure he'll be happy with that. He got a great career.
It's a cruiserweight division, you know, it's not.
Yeah, it's not known.
It's not too much
We haven't had a name.
But what is going on there is young. It's Apataya, it's Zerto. You know what I mean? Like these guys, once they get it in their hands, the old guard ain't taking it back.
Right.
They're not even getting those fights.
I think Apataya is going to be that guy to make it a little bit more popular.
Dog. Yeah. Man, I'm here
Right?
too, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't,
Now, because you're looking big.
I'm here.
You're looking big.
I'm here. That's what I moved up to, so I'm looking forward to fighting guys like that.
At 200. Yeah?
Zoro, I want that smoke.
Oh,
Appetite,
yeah.
same.
And if you had to call it right now, who do you think, when the dust settles, holds all these belts?
Me.
Who's the best fighter right now, though?
Me.
Out of those guys. I know I got you, but out of those guys. Apataya and all of them.
Appetite.
Yeah, Apataya.
Out of Zoro.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it's Appetite's skill set. I just think it's just his mentality in the ring.
Yeah, he's aggressive. He's
You know what I'm
so
saying?
aggressive.
He
Yeah.
go at you.
Zoro's not that.
No, he's not.
Badu's not that.
Yeah.
What are we seeing so far? I mean, I'm admittedly not really scoring the rounds properly. I'm just watching the action. Where are we at with this?
I mean,
He's busier. This guy right here, what's his name?
Noel McKillian.
He's busier.
McKillian.
Yeah, I like I said, I wasn't really scoring it, but I do think if I was pressed, I'd say he's won the first
he
2
is
rounds.
busy. He's throwing more shots. Whether they're not all landing, but he's throwing more shots.
And Don's telling him to wake up.
I think that's because he know where he at.
It's not going to be enough to nick the rounds.
Yeah.
You either got to stop them or win it in a way that they can't take it from you.
That to me wasn't drop. That was just instructions with meaning. You know, that's what you got to do early in this fight. We can't chase rounds, as we were saying. Don't give up these early rounds. You got to stay in control.
That's what we're talking about. Badu's having success to the body, though. That stabbing jab to McKillian's midsection. This is going to be a hell of a fight. This might be the one of the night.
yeah, they're starting to open up now a little bit.
Because each guy, when he gets touched, he comes back with 2 of his own.
Yeah, Badu got to let his hands go a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, good right.
Notice as soon as he landed, he got right out of the way. He got right behind McKillian. Just not giving McKillian any time a chance to come back with a counter.
He looked bigger than Badu.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Damn, these dudes look like heavyweights in there.
I don't think McKillian can afford to wait. In these moments, he's got to be first.
Now, let me ask you,
Badu will pick you apart.
if it came to
I'm
favoritism
good.
or who would get the nod in the close rounds in this fight?
Jack, 100%.
For sure, Jack.
The same way he got the belt at the WBC convention.
Yeah, but you know Badu don't be getting those calls sometimes. Maybe it might be different in Saudi Arabia. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
yeah, he's not
he been
known to get
robbed.
the nod.
He been robbed. I thought he beat Stevenson. That fight was close though.
Listen,
but he beat Butte.
I
He beat
agree.
James
Definitely
DeGale.
beat
But
James
it's his
DeGale.
time.
Yeah,
it's
but-
his time now to be
But
the
that
guy to get
Stevenson
the
one was
nod.
close.
Hopefully.
But I thought he won that.
Great
If anybody
body shot.
deserved that time, it's
It's
him.
him.
He could lose every round. Matter of fact, he beat you.
For me right now, it's the body work from Badu Jack that's the most successful for him.
That
and
jab
can
is
pay.
starting to touch him too.
Yeah, a little bit. He getting a little bit better range with that jab. Ooh. Stay on him though.
And you
Yeah,
know
there
what?
go, stay
I
on
haven't
him.
seen. Badu usually has a decent body attack too. He hasn't thrown too
And
many body shots.
it's a veteran move to work the body because he knows that Noel's had a short camp. So what's going to be most likely the softest about his game is going to be the body.
Yeah, I just don't like when Badu, he just back up straight. And
Yeah,
then
he
take the
backs
shot.
up straight all the
He
time.
he just back up straight and take. Oh, snap. The boy in the building. Anthony Joshua. Yeah, just a helper. So
Oh boy, let me get me started. Joshua. Yeah, we all want to see him again.
Tyson Fury.
that's
Yeah,
the one.
Tyson Fury. I wouldn't mind seeing him against Wilder still. At this point in their careers, yeah, why not?
Let's see what
What's
Wilder
up?
does in Kansas.
Yeah,
what happened?
But
why not?
I-
Him against Wilder, AJ.
Yeah.
Him and Tyson not a bigger fight?
Yeah, it's a bigger fight, but I'm
that's
saying if
the
that
biggest.
fight doesn't happen, I wouldn't mind seeing that one. It's not the fight that it once was, obviously.
But I feel like Joshua's still in that mix where he can actually try and get a title again.
Yeah.
Wilder's not really right there at the moment.
Yeah, it probably doesn't make the most sense for him.
It was unfortunate how his fight unfolded the
Yeah,
last time.
yeah.
But he got greedy. You know how it happens.
Yeah, yep.
Fighting.
that right hand is the money punch, and he's coming over the top of Badu's jabs with it at least half the time.
You see, he ain't have the full camp, so his timing on.
Yeah.
If he had a full camp, his timing on that shot would be, you know what I mean, on the money.
See, Badu needs to get inside. He's a good inside fighter. He hasn't been able to crack that code yet to be comfortable in the pocket, like right there and work.
Yeah, when Badu's inside, he can't just tuck up. That's got to be his opportunity.
That was a good combination by Killian.
He has to
With
work
some
right
body
there.
kick
See?
Yeah.
top.
I feel like we're going like a full minute without Badu throwing a shot. I don't like that.
Yeah. See right there, if you're going to stab that jab to the body, then come around with the right hand over the top
Over
too.
the top.
Or at least give him a fake down there and come with a hook or something. Check hook.
McKillian is looking for short shots.
Yo, appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to call you back before this fight is done. If it's a knockout or a decision, so don't go far.
200 is gold. That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. You gonna be faster than them dudes. You gonna be faster and sharp.
I want to see Jack start working on the inside more. Right, there you go.
Yeah, I need to see
Good
Jack
overhand right by
busier.
Badu right there though.
He has a good jab. I think his timing might be a little off too from the long layoff.
And yeah, I think you're right. In fact, I believe that's what is keeping Jack's hands at home. He's trying to time McKillian.
Yeah. He's usually great at catching and shooting right there.
And
In his heyday, he'll stay in that pocket, catch, and throw short hooks and uppercuts.
One thing about Jack though,
Watch
he's
the
gonna
heads.
have this energy in the 10th round too.
Yeah, in 11th and the 12th.
Now, hopefully this Jack right here, that's probably 215 pounds, will still have that same energy.
Yeah, and
A
Don,
190-pound Jack would have, you know?
right. And Don Charles is telling McKillian they don't want to chase rounds, but I think now Jack is getting into the position where he's having to chase rounds. And I think, what are we going into, number 4? Was that the third round?
Yeah, I think that was the third.
So Jack's going to have to get busy and quick before he
100%.
looks up and we're halfway
Lose
through the
too many
fight.
rounds.
And you've only got
Canelo is a
2 rounds in the bag.
-3,000. -3,000. That means you have to bet $3,000
Get a
to win
dub?
to win 100. To win $100.
I'm about to drop
my
30,000.
God.
Give me a quick 1,000. 30,000.
Yikes. That's how the ballers do it, though.
Yeah, basically they do.
I wouldn't do it in this sport. Not in this
Nah, I ain't dropping 30 racks on that. Not that. Even though I
sport.
believe
There got to be
Canelo
an
gonna
easy
win.
way to make $1,000. less stressful.
Walk him down, Jack. You gotta let your hands go.
Yeah, you got to let his hands go. I mean, I think McKillian is busier, but is he really landing shots though?
Yeah, right there.
Because he's throwing in combinations, he might be landing 1 of 4 shots.
Right.
And I will score for a guy who gets 4 shots blocked against a guy who doesn't throw any shots at all.
Of course.
And some of those are getting through.
So, you know,
That was a good punch landed.
is he hurting Badu? Not yet.
Probably
Is he
not,
winning
no.
rounds? He is.
He's winning this round so far for sure. Maybe the last one as well.
But, you know, Noel can't switch off because Badu's constantly downloading and calculating. If he gets comfortable, Noel in there, Badu will surprise him with something.
Badu's allowing McKillian to be first all the time.
And finish his combination without having a counter punch.
Yeah.
You got to break that combination up with a counter punch.
See, Badu is not trying to
He's
counter.
throwing 4-punch combinations every time he lets his hands go.
And
You
as the
can't-
fight goes, he's more comfortable doing that. He's
Yeah.
getting more comfortable. I think Badu needs to double that jab up a little bit. Give him another look so he can get close.
And then a lead, right? No, you can't have that. See, right there where McKillian leaped in, Jack should have caught him with something.
Yeah, he should
He
have
ran
met him.
right
He shoulda
into
met him.
something.
That's it. Yeah, but if you're gonna shift to the side, Jack just landed a great 1-2. Then he spin, but he went too far off. I mean, what's the point of that spin? Is to get enough angle so you can land other shots.
To get in position to punch, not out of position.
Yeah, not out.
Just step to the right and
step
come
to the
up with
right,
a
a
left hook to the body, left hook up top.
upstairs.
Oh, you guys are like those Australian twins.
Oh, he said the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
He was here too.
He was.
That must have been a big
Big
jet.
plane, big
My
plane.
goodness.
Or they had a couple of
It's
them.
a big private plane.
Yeah.
He had one fight that draw that just took away.
It took the
it
shine
just
off the
took-
apple.
Yeah, it took away that mystique, you know?
What, his last fight you said?
This fight before that.
draw.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. Adamu.
Carlos Adames.
I thought it was a draw.
Nah. Come on, Badu, throw that jab.
That's what I'm saying. We're looking up now. We're 6 rounds in.
That's 6. This is 6 rounds. I'm talking about 5 rounds that McKellian possibly had.
Yeah.
Give or take 1 round.
Exactly.
Man, I wonder what the
Because I like Badu when he was on his toes in the first round.
The problem is Badu's letting the fight come to him, but when it comes to him, he's not meeting it with anything.
Yeah. Okay, now he's trying to be first a little bit.
Yeah, now
Don't
you gotta
wait.
go back. Oh, that was a good attempt on a catch and shoe hook there. And this is, that's his style right there.
There
but
we
he needs
go.
to start going to the body as
Good
well.
pressure, good pressure.
He must have got some good instruction from Banks in the corner. Say, yo, we got to turn it up a little bit here.
Oh, come up top. Nice.
Referee letting him work out.
Referee
I like
letting
that.
them work because they both
like that,
punching.
yeah.
They both punching. I know that
let
ref
him
too.
work.
I was kind of mad at him a couple weeks ago.
Now, if it's the Jack we know, McKellian's going to have to deal with an onslaught. Like, Jack's not just going to let him off the hook right
Right.
now.
Oh, good jab. Stopped him right in his tracks.
Jado
And
got
now all of a
inside,
sudden-
didn't do anything.
Noel is not
Oh,
throwing
See
combinations.
that little
Yeah,
spin
that nice little
and that
short
little
hook.
short hook? That's what he does, and he needs to get into that.
Now he starts leaping into it. Jumping in with that left hook.
Maybe the long layoff for McKellian is what's wearing right now. Just met him with a lead right.
Because McKellian was about to jump back in there, and Jack met him with something.
And think about it. McKellian was winning those rounds, throwing combinations. Maybe he, gassed a little
That's
bit.
what I mean. Maybe that long
Yeah.
layoff is getting as far as affecting his condition now.
And like I said earlier, Badu Jack be getting stronger.
As the
10th
fight
round,
goes,
he's still throwing them shots.
That
those
I like
shots-
that long jab and then a little hook to keep him honest. That
Yeah.
can slow down Jack's onslaught.
I think Jack is kind of outside of that little flurry there. He's done well in this round.
Yeah, and Noel doesn't want to be inside like this.
No, this is Jack's fight right there. See, coming out of the clinch, he's great at
He wants those
sneaky
short left
shots.
hooks.
Exactly.
What's the people saying? Do you talk to the people?
Not if I can help it. What
You don't
people?
talk to
Wait,
talk to the fans.
is
What they
that-
asking?
can you see the
Are
chat?
they asking any questions?
Oh, those people.
Yeah, those people.
the
You said
YouTubers.
not- oh.
I don't even like real people. Like, let's talk
He
to real
doesn't
people.
like to talk to
Bad
people.
enough I talk to y'all.
Yeah, what do you want here? He has a quote on how many people he can talk to a day.
What the people asking? What they asking?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, just shout it
shoot.
out. Just-
What they saying?
I don't want to read it. Just tell us what they're saying.
What the people asking? Ask some good questions. And don't ask if he got a jerry curl. That's natural. That's natural.
That's fruits and
Fruits and berries, boy.
from the motherland.
Fruits and berries. Dimitri Bivol. Does he fight? All right, Dimitri Bivol. Does he fight the trilogy? Or should he have fought
They're fighting
David
the trilogy.
Benavidez?
Oh, should he have fought?
Should he have?
I think the Benavidez fight would be
been
more
nice.
interesting. I
Of
think
course.
Benavidez earned it.
Of course.
I don't mind a trilogy after Benavidez.
What if he loses?
Then it's Benavidez and
No. This is what I say. Of course, I'd rather see Bivol versus Benavidez. But I say, if you lost the first fight, which I thought he won that fight against
I did too.
Beterbiev, but Beterbiev was gracious enough to give you the rematch.
Look at those scorecards real quick. I don't know about
Okay,
that.
that's nice.
No,
That's
no,
nice.
no.
I mean, it's even.
Jack.
Last round was definitely his best round.
Yeah, but I don't see him winning the 5th round.
Yeah.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. And Badu sometimes keep his energy throughout the whole fight. He don't throw as much punches.
I think this fight is going to start shifting here at this point.
Right now, right? I thought
in
it was
favor.
shit was last round.
No, last round has shifted, but I think it's going to keep trending in that direction.
I hope so. So I was just saying, look, if they gave Better Beef the first fight, and he was gracious enough to give Bivol the rematch, then you got to give him the trilogy, because he didn't have to rematch you.
Who give who a trilogy?
Bivol.
Well, the first fight was super.
I don't think you have to give him
I
an
thought
immediate
Bivol
Some
won.
people
That.
thought Bivol won the first one.
Yeah, which I did. But I don't think you have to give him an immediate.
But what's a
third fight.
rematch if you don't have no belts for me to take back?
Well,
What's the trilogy if you don't have no belts for me to take back? Because Benavidez then stripped him. You get what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, I beat the guy that beat me, but I didn't become undisputed again.
Yeah, no, I get it. If I'm Better BF, I'm saying that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying, nah, you got to run that back.
Same.
Yup. Good right hand to the body. See, you know what? It's not like Badu was just going to the body because that's all he could hit in the early
Right,
rounds.
no.
He was going to the body
Put
to
money in the bank.
slow this guy down. You know, collect them coins.
This is when Noel has to impose his own will.
He got to dig deep.
You gotta
dig
let
deep.
Badu know I'm here to get my belt back.
And the thing is, are there really 200-pounders that has that kind of workhorse mentality like Badu that Michaelian is used to?
Right.
This might be his first time fighting somebody like this.
Oh, that was a nice pull
Get
back
on him,
where he
though.
missed it.
Yeah, that slingshot. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one down the stretch.
Yes, Badu keeping that right hand up.
Yeah, keep that right.
So he don't
But
get
instead
counted.
of pulling straight back, and he said, pull to the
Look
side.
at that! Look at that! He's sharp now. Badu is sharp.
Coming there.
He's sharp now. Yeah, he got to make him
He
pay
was in
after he make a
position for
miss.
that.
Yeah, he
He's in
was.
position for that. He
Gotta
looks a
make
little
him pay,
gassy there.
Badu.
Looks gassy.
Said, don't go to sleep in the clinch. Sit down.
He tired. He breathing hard. He said, "This dude don't stop."
Did he say he was tired?
He said, "Find it." He said something because he said, "I don't care. Find it."
Yeah.
He said, "I ain't got nothing in me." I don't know what he said. Look at his leg.
Oh,
He said,
no.
I don't know what he said, but he said, "I don't care. Find it." He might have said, "I ain't got nothing left."
He
"I ain't
said
got much
something
left."
like that.
He had to reference something like that. He said, "I don't care. Find it."
Don
Or,
giving
or
him-
maybe Don
if
said,
you come back in this
maybe
house,
Don said, "You tired? I don't care." Maybe he sees he's tired.
Nah, Noel said something that
Yeah.
Don was responding to.
Yeah.
And then you see Don put his fist up, which is
Yeah.
like, come home without that belt and you're getting a whooping in this house too.
I'm over here listening intently like you about to say something serious. I'm like, oh yeah, look, insight. Okay. Don Charles,
He did say, I'm getting tired.
he did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, listen, if you got to tell your coach that if you feel
Yeah,
enough
but
to articulate it,
yeah.
that's got to tell.
100%. But usually fighters know that there's a microphone there.
Yeah.
And usually fighters don't want to tell the truth because of that microphone. And he told the truth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 3 weeks camp. Ain't no time to keep a secret.
Oh, you know what?
Tell the coach what he needs
You
to know.
know what? It's smart to do that then.
Yeah.
It's smart to do that.
You see, there's no zip in Michaelian's punches right now. They're like,
It's just like Chris Eubank Jr. the other day, right before he started, he's drinking a whole bunch of water just to show everybody I'm dehydrated, just in case y'all looking.
Yeah,
I'm dehydrated. But he won the fight, though. Just to have an excuse. Nah, that's just my guess.
it's a good guess.
Also, I like Don's response to that. I don't care. It's not time to discuss
absolutely.
shit you can't do. We
He's
talking about what you
experienced
gotta
trainer.
do.
Experienced trainer. Know how to motivate the fighter.
Who's that, Banks?
Huh?
Who, Banks?
Don Charles.
Oh, Don Charles.
Yeah, I don't know, you missed it,
I
but
missed it. What did he say?
McKillian in the corner told Don Charles he was tired.
Did he?
And Don said, I don't care, find it. I need that banner
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my gym.
Do it for me.
Do it for me.
The hell if you don't want it.
Yeah.
Yo, do you remember that you guys saying that Amir Monsoon, remember that heavyweight? Amir Monsoon?
Yeah.
He had a broken jaw, and his trainer told him, how you going to do this to me? Because he said, I can't fight no more. He said, during the round,
How you gonna do
gonna
this to me?
How you going to do this to me? He had a broken jaw. And he said, I can't fight no more. He wanted him to go back out there.
See, he's not landing really now, McKillian.
This is a tough round of score so far.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that,
McKillian came out there back on his toes, letting his
Whoa.
hands go now. Whatever Don had in his fist, when he put it to his face,
Yeah.
it's working.
Don't come home without that belt.
Boy,
no, I wouldn't say that. I don't think he's doing shit in this round.
nah, I mean, he's doing more than he did in the 7th round. I'm not saying he's winning it, but he's doing
Nah,
more.
He ain't winning this round. Look at that.
Oh,
What
you
happened?
seen his face?
I think it was a
I
low
think
blow.
that, oh, okay. It was a body shot.
Oh!
Hold that before I go
Hold
back
that.
to my corner.
That closed the show for that round.
Hold that one. Look at this corner. You got a good corner. Badu, big boy. I like Banks as the trainer. I like the way he talks to his fighters. I like that he gives real advice.
He said, fuck him.
See, look, so when he steps on an angle like that,
Right there, you going too
he
far.
goes too far and he don't, and then come up top. Ah. Come on, Badu, you got it. Yeah.
You say he's about to stop him?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because that was good angle and he
getting
just
tired.
went too far. Come on, Jack. Yeah, he's tired. Jack got to jump on him now
I
this
gotta
round.
jump on that
He's gonna
body
have
too.
to jump on and hurt him. If you're not going to do those flurries inside, he could do those pity pats and win rounds,
Need to land
or at least make it competitive enough
and keep
to
stabbing him
get
to
a
the
judge
body.
or two.
Right there, work the body.
See, look at that. He keeps doing that 1-1-2.
Because he don't want to waste no shots, so he's just loading up with that right hand and touching with the left.
Watch. One,
Yeah.
1-1-2.
I don't agree with these punch stats. Is that CompuBox?
Oh, damn. Do it too late.
There goes Bud again on the side, not watching either. Not watching the fight on his phone.
I tell you what, if you let McKellian get this round off,
Yep.
he's going to come back in the championship rounds. You're going to have a hell of a fight on your hands. Now's the time to turn the screws on him and make sure he stays gassed.
Can't give him this
Hey
round.
guys, real
Can't
quick,
give him
off
this round.
topic. Is Bud there for a reason, or are we gonna see a Bud Canelo face-off in the ring afterwards?
Of course we are. Woo. Of course we are. And it's going to be awkward. And it's going to be stupid.
No, but what I want to know, what I'm interested, I didn't think of that. But what I'm thinking about is who's going to look bigger.
We'll find out.
Because Bud is walking around by 180 something right now.
Well, Canelo's going to have his shirt off, be dripping sweat. He'll be swollen from the fight. He's going to look bigger. Oh!
That was a good shot. It didn't hurt him though.
That's what I'm saying. Can't let McKellian get his win back.
Yeah.
Just enough time now
He's
to
a
go
way
back
better-
on that momentum, sit down for a minute, and come back and give everything he's got.
Way better round for McKellian.
He tried to get that shot on the bell back, too.
Close fight here.
close one here. Let me.
Close
I gotta
fight.
get ready for the championship rounds too. Let me pay the water bill.
Yeah, man. I still think.
No,
honestly,
let's take his subscribers real quick. Listen, I need you guys to go leave this right now. Log on to Ring.
Yeah, go subscribe to Ring Champs, all right? Official Ring Champs. New pod, we got crazy heat coming. Crazy heat coming. From this studio.
I think Badu landed the harder shots in that round.
Yeah.
He busted him up right there. See that
Yeah.
short
And he
left hook?
blocked.
That's what Badu likes to land inside.
Yeah, a little short. He does that often.
Bam. Yup. Once he gets the distance on that, he's good. He start killing once he gets that distance.
Real sneaky, smart shots.
Well-schooled, intelligent fighters going at it here. In Jack and Michaelian.
Damn, McKellian got that second win. I don't know what happened. He was just telling Don Charles, his trainer, that he was tired. All of a sudden, he got this second win.
He got his little spurt of
Yeah.
energy.
Look at this. And those are real shots. It's not just the pity pats he was doing before.
Real shots.
Damn. They do that a lot. 1-1-2. Yeah. Badu's looking for these one-shot counters.
Needs to be a little
And he's
busier.
allowing McKellen to be busy. He's allowing him to beat him to the punch.
These
Allowing
last
him
two
to be
rounds.
first.
He got to put 2 or 3 punches together.
Yeah.
At least start off with the jab. Like he's not even throwing a jab anymore.
He's stepping in with his head
Yeah, instead
his
of
chin tucked, head down, stepping in instead
He
of
just wants to land big
pushing
shots
that
right
jab
now.
out. Boom.
Pump
If you're
that.
gonna step,
Pump.
step with that
right
jab.
there, right there. Bah.
I think Badu probably feels he's the bigger puncher.
Yeah, he needs to go back downstairs and try to get Michaela.
And he's trying to land that left hook in between shots.
See that pullback, but he's still just countering with 1 shot.
He got to lay it all on the line because like
Especially
Radio
these
was
next 2
saying,
rounds.
it might not be anything else after this. If you lose here, it might not be anything else after this. If you can get these last 3 rounds, you might pull away with that victory.
Yeah, you might get away with,
Yeah.
earn yourself another payday.
Yeah.
See right there, normally he'll be able to catch, shoot back.
That referee said, "What is that?" Good shot to the body for Badu. Kelly is staying busy. He's just letting his hands go.
Yep.
He landed some good shots.
All right, who's winning this round?
But Kelly ain't got this round so far.
Yeah, he has good momentum right now.
Whoa. A little frustration from Jack there at the end.
I would say Jack has to come back in these last 2 rounds.
He needs these last 2 rounds.
I figured this would be the case. Once the championship rounds kicked in, if you
Yeah.
let Noel take the 9th round off, and he won the 9th round, punctuating it with some solid shots, he was going to give everything he had in the last 3.
I mean, he
That's
came
what
out of
he did.
nowhere with that 9th round.
Yeah,
8th
yeah.
round,
Second win.
Badu was really giving it to him. He came out of 8th round, he tried, but he came out of nowhere with that 9th round with that second win.
Because it was
Badu
Badu
won
who
the
needed
8th.
to turn it up
Yeah,
in
and
the 9th.
Badu turned it around 6, 7, 8th. Michaelian was, coming back a little bit, but 9th.
In the 9th, if he had turned it up, I think he would have broke Noel. Noel would have given it up.
Yeah, he
He's
had,
been
he
like,
had to, he
"Ah,
had
this
to
ain't
put
my
his foot
night."
on the gas then.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a strong possibility.
Two to go in this one, the championship rounds. Badu Jack and Noel Michaelian is
Jack comes out strong. Big stab to the body.
Come on, bro.
Oh, good counter left hook there, slip.
Yeah, Jack knows what he's doing. This is not his first barbecue. I think he knows that this fight is up for grabs, and he's got to make a statement in this round.
And according to Chris Mannix, if he wins these next 2 rounds, even though I barely agree with Chris ever, if Jack wins these
still
next
a
2
draw.
rounds,
It'll be a draw.
yeah. No, what score did he have there? Yeah,
96, 94.
Okay, yeah.
But that's good for Jack because he's the champion. And they'll both be champions.
Whoa!
If it's a draw, they'll both be champions.
Oh, my God. They got to make another belt. You know what they should get? One of those belts like the heart that has the has the crack down the middle. Yeah.
The best friends are. We're champ when we come together.
Jack landed a couple short hooks in these
With toasty
exchanges.
buns.
There we go.
I made one reference in the restaurant. I like my buns toasted. God, dog.
Oh,
And I
sneaky right
said
hand by
pause.
Jack landed there.
You got to counter that 1-1 too.
Remember at one point, Canelo, Badu Jack almost was made. They were working on that fight.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. I think Jack has landed more shots here. See, look at that jab landed.
Yeah, but he got to do more than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Mean, that was great jab.
Right there, he got a counter. Right
Great
in
jab.
that exchange.
Keep the shots up. I mean, 2 years out. I think these guys are giving their all. It's 2 years out. 2 years at that age, too. 41 years old, taking 2 years off. Sometimes the body don't perform the same. Damn. One more round.
Who do we think wins the 12th?
That's a good question. I mean, if Jack, I'm not going by Chris's unofficial scorecards. If Jack wins the 12-round big, how do we see this fight?
I don't know. I wasn't counting rounds. I think McCallion, he won these last couple of rounds. And I think Jack came.
Even his very last one?
Yeah. Yeah. I doubt it. I keep mine in the plastic too, but it's probably not gonna be worth anything. What's that? Yeah. And the way Ryan lost, it's not like he got beat up, so he can always say, okay, I was off for whatever reason. So, and he'll fight Ryan differently anyway, because he ain't cracking like Rolly, So yeah, you can still sell that. You can still sell that fight. Still sell it. But is Devin gonna want it now? He should. But is he gonna want it? Because this could be an excuse to say, well, now you done messed it up.
Okay.
I mean, the way he fought Ramirez, Rolly will be a hard fight. But the way he fought Prograis and the way he fought Diaz and those dudes,
This is
these
these 2
Rolly.
minutes
He should
is
be
going to
easily
define
beat
who
Rolly.
the cruiserweight champion is.
Yeah, come on, Jack.
Last night.
Let's go, Badu, right there.
I don't like McKillian just disengaging now.
Stay.
You don't want to stay in the middle of the ring and trade, but you got to be active.
Yeah, that's not the way to solidify your
That
win
is
if
not
you feel
the
like you
way.
win.
Because if they can find a way to give it to Jack, which is not something that you hear, they're going to find a way to give it to Jack
rare.
finally in this part of his
and I
career.
say if Jack finishes strong in this round, he might get the nod.
He might get the nod, and McKillian's got to know that. Like, everything, every bit of spite in him, everything that made him feel like he should have walked in the ring the champion tonight has to come out in the next 90 seconds, or he may not get that title.
I think that's why Jagba wasn't complaining. I mean, they asked him a question. He said, yeah, I won the fight. But he wasn't complaining. Went over there and hugged Bacoli and everything.
He knew he didn't leave it all in the ring. He knew in that moment he really didn't win it.
I think Jack is showing more will in this round.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because Jack is thinking about leaving the ring without that belt, and he can't stomach the idea.
And what's at stake afterwards? It'll be 8 after this.
You cannot give that 12th round away.
Come on, let's go, Jack.
You
got 45 seconds. You got to let it all out right now.
I'd say Noel needs to land at least 1 or 2 really big shots also.
Come on.
Or this round is lost. However, on my card, it should be enough for Noel to win the fight. I don't think it will be.
Even losing this round?
I think yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Damn.
Ooh.
He keeps turning his back, though. He keeps turning his back.
Yeah, because he's trying to get to that bell.
Yep.
Come on, you got to finish strong, Jack. If this round is close, you got to finish it and
10
solidify
seconds
it.
left.
See, those flurries are not landing, though. Ooh, good
not.
right hand. Ooh.
That's a hell of a shot to close the show. I don't know if it's enough to win the round.
Yeah.
Look, referee made them hug.
Oh, boy.
Is that Loon? Looked like that was Loon.
Nah, Loon got, he got gray beard.
No, he died it.
Oh, really?
He died it, yeah.
Oh. Then I don't know.
Man, I gotta say, guys, I hope Badu gets the nod. Considering all he's dealt with in his career, you know what I'm saying? If the man deserves a gift, like right now, there's an opportunity to give it to him.
This is the kind of fight he would definitely not get early in his career for sure. This is the kind of nod he is not getting.
No, of course not. There-
That dude is a monster.
Yeah, who? Opataya?
Opataya.
Yeah, he's a savage.
He got a presence.
Yeah. He said presence?
Yeah, he got presence.
Yeah, he don't mess around in it. Damn, is it? Did he land that many more punches?
It's a hard case to make.
Power to the head? See, I don't know, man. I didn't see that many more punches.
I mean, I don't have the kind of faith in
It
CompuBox
just
that
wasn't
I.
hard shots, but it was. He did do a lot of flurries.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Not power shots.
I mean, yeah, a power shot. If he throwing a hook, he's throwing an uppercut, it's a power shot, whether it's hard or not. He threw a lot of flurries, bro, even in the last round.
I must say, I think Don Charles did a hell of a job in the corner. The bits what we did over here, that's what I'm talking about.
I agree.
For sure.
Because he must have said something like we said, and he motivated because he went back out there and he was on his toes jabbing. But McKillian had to dig deep to do that.
Yeah, he did.
Fan Zone has Jack winning by 61%.
What?
Woo.
I'm one of those fans.
Yes. I voted.
I voted twice. Look at my boy right there, Billy Dibb.
I really am anticipating these scorecards.
Let's
And
go,
the crazy
Tom.
thing about
Hurry up.
boxing is you don't know what these scorecards are going to say.
Don't. I mean, we just saw a Jagba get a draw.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards.
Is it a draw?
Judge Nobuto Ikehara scores it 114 to 114.
Oh, God. Okay.
Not a draw.
God.
So we got majority decision.
Yep.
Close fight.
Badu won. We're in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Badu gets the nod for the first time in his career.
The first close fight ever, Badu Jack wins. Congratulations, champ.
Yeah. I gotta say, guys, I'm not upset at all.
Sorry for Don
Fight
Charles,
was
my boy.
close. It was a close fight.
He did his thing, though. He did his thing.
He did.
He did his thing.
I want to see the rounds. I want to see
You want
the
to go back and
rounds.
watch it?
No, I mean, I don't want to see the cards.
Oh, okay.
Oh, which rounds they gave, right?
Yeah.
Man, my man looked like Big George right there for the side.
Oh, a little
George
from the
Foreman.
side. Yeah, hell yeah. I can't lie. I'm happy for
No
him.
post-fight interviews? Ring?
So what's these numbers looking like? It's still 3,000?
Yeah, I think, the odds move all the way up until the end of the fight. Like, you can bet during the fight.
And that's so weird to me.
Yeah.
I noticed that recently, like last year, and I'm like, this is weird.
Check out Rick Reno.
What is he doing? What? A belt?
In this box is the most expensive ring magazine belt ever produced. Handcrafted, the finest 24-karat gold, six-figure territory, and we're going to unveil it at the conclusion of the main event. Colors? I can't reveal it. You're just gonna have to see for yourself. Main event is coming up.
Claudia's getting some work. She's busy out there in Saudi.
Who that?
Claudia.
She was just in Saudi.
I know.
She went to like bare knuckle, I believe, and then came back to Saudi.
All right, so not only are the four belts on the line, but apparently something else instead, or indeed, in addition to, don't know
24 karat belt. See, those are the belts that are worth something. Imagine getting a belt that's worth $300,000.
'What's the sanctioning fee on that?
24 karat gold.
Well, the sanctioning fee is $300,000 actually.
Yeah.
That's the highest you can go. The sanctioning belt, sanctioning fee $300,000. But when Turkey Alashek got involved, it don't matter.
Barak, when we used to do the fight night updates, these during fights and between fights, and the odds, the parlay, 3-fight parlay.
Right.
$100 will get you $1,300 if you bet on School.
I mean, it's almost worth just putting 100 out there.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
What, throwing 100 on School?
Yeah, then I could get a Gucci belt.
Yeah, those are in style. 1,300 dollars. $1,300. If you put down 100, damn.
bet.
I mean, nah, cause he ain't winning. I'm not betting anyway, but I'm just saying, damn.
If you had extra, you would just throw a couple $100 on it?
There's no such thing as extra. If I got millions, I don't have extra.
You got no extra?
No extra ever.
200 to get you 26.
I never have extra. I never have extra money. Extra money doesn't exist.
Ever.
That's like saying too much money.
Too much money.
I got too much money.
All right, people.
What they asking?
Main
What
event.
y'all asking?
I mean, there's
y'all
a
not
bunch-
asking the ring champs nothing?
Hey, listen, ask some questions.
I understand
What's up?
you're not asking. He know nothing. I mean,
know.
I say he know. Radio nothing. Radio don't like talking to y'all. What they asking
I
us?
seen a bunch of comments earlier.
What they asking?
I seen some comments earlier. Now I don't see any. I seen a bunch of in the chat.
Look at this Canelo commercial.
Is the chat on? Is the chat on, Frank? Everybody dipped. All right, listen. Who are you guys picking? How does the fight end? I know pretty much everybody here is picking Canelo Alvarez, but I want to see you in the chat right now live, all right? So I want to know, how does Canelo win? Pick a round.
First you
Give me
say
some
who
rounds.
wins, and you say how does he
No,
win?
I'm not asking who wins. I know who everybody's picking on here.
All right, so
All right,
Canelo
give me
winning.
what
How does he
round.
win?
Come on, I need to see rounds here in the chat. I want to know.
Unanimous decision or knockout?
5th round, 6th round. Give me an over and under. Under 9 rounds, under 6 rounds. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
Put my phone out. Look at you, they got your boy over there. Look.
Who that?
Doing the voiceover. Record that for me. Oh. They said, hey, say these things real quick. I didn't know they was gonna use it. Y'all hear your boy right there?
What was this?
They don't pay me for that right there. I ain't get a paycheck for that one. That was a freebie.
When did you do that one?
In Saudi.
Saudi?
Yo, let me tell you. This was after 10 rounds, but it's really 9 hours of calling fights. Wow. 9 hours. So after 9 hours, you happy. You like, oh, I'm ready to go. I'm handshaking everybody. Fighters coming to me. I'm talking to everybody. I'm ready to go. I think Gary, the producer, Gary Barfoot, he's like, hey, Barak, I just need you to do one thing. Come over here. Just read these real quick. I was like, all right, I read all that real quick. And
That's
look at
dope
that.
when they use it.
I thought it was supposed to be like little bits that they use from everybody like they do, because they had everybody do it. And you were on the opening promo every night
What promo?
for the Grand Prix.
Oh, the Grand Prix.
Your voice
joint.
is on the opening promo for every fight, every night.
Oh, before the broadcast?
Yep. No, on the broadcast. Yeah, before the broadcast. Yeah.
Well, before the fight starts. And
Yep.
Stuff, right.
You know, every fighter says this though.
Yeah,
Every
of
fighter
course.
says, he's just another fighter, whatever. And then afterwards, sometimes they really give the proper respect that they really feel about Canelo.
Hey, fight fans out there, are any of you picking Scull to upset Canelo? Is anybody out there that's not Cuban picking Canelo?
Oh, you stupid.
Sorry, Scull.
You stupid for that.
Is there any comments, Frank?
This is a really good Canelo Alvarez version of it. Look how bigger Jacobs is than Canelo, bro.
Way bigger. Meanwhile, they said he didn't fight slick black fighters, and he was the slick one in that particular fight. He was the slick fighter. So my people. That's true. Nothing interesting over there?
I don't know.
Fans ain't really saying nothing?
Yeah, it just gets hard to like just
What they asking?
read through.
Earlier there was a lot of. They said keep talking. You said. Hey, listen, I want to see some Scull picks here, man. Come on.
Yeah, I want to see some Scull picks too.
Yeah, most people not answering questions, asking questions. But I mean, the main event is here. The main
event is here.
This is what's important anyway.
How many of you bought the package deal that the Zone was offering for both fights, the Times
You know
Square
what?
fight and this fight.
I want
It was
to
$90 for
talk
both.
about that because look, if you're doing a bundle deal, who gets the credits for the pay-per-view?
They splitting it 50-50. It makes sense.
No, the credit meaning if it sells 300,000, who gets the credit for it? Did Canelo does Canelo have
splitting it.
300?
I think that's
gonna
just two
split.
pay-per-views.
That sucks because you might have bundled it up, but you really wanted it for Canelo. It takes away from one of the fighters. It has to take away. You never really get legitimized as you got this many pay-per-view buys because it's a bundle now.
You know, I think the bundle is with Saudi Arabia. I don't think that it is down to the fighter anymore. It's the events that they're looking
By the way,
to
Yeah, I
measure
get it.
by.
I get it.
Bud
I get that
Crawford
part.
is on the broadcast now with Claudia Trejos. Let's see what he's talking.
with the glittery Gucci shirt.
So you probably want to bet on Scull.
You're already great, buddy. Who's the number one fighter in the world right now? Radio.
Alexander Usyk.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I got Crawford, but it's either him or Inoue. I'm not mad at those.
I mean, I give the
mad at
heavyweight
those.
division more credence if it's,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm not mad at that.
all
I'm not
things
mad
being
at
equal.
that. Yeah.
Beating Joshua twice and Fury twice.
Yeah, I mean, my
No,
take on that
No,
is
but you know,
is
old
Fury's-
school pound for pound is whose style would win at every single weight class.
I think Usyk's style is
And-
better
and-
suited
and-
for a
Us-
lower
and-
weight class.
And Usyk will do well at
And
that
he's
too.
dominating at heavyweight with that is crazy.
Crawford electing not to take an interim bout before they possibly collide. Canelo gonna risk it tonight. Let's get into our tale.
Crawford too old to be taking fights in between fights.
Let's get into our tale of the tape.
Outside of North America, there's a pretty big height and reach edge for William Silva. Canelo says, I've
Oh,
made a living
Crawford.
doing guys like this.
I think Canelo got an edge on him because he's staying sharp in a fight like this. He hasn't fought since
But you know Crawford come back off the year and knock you out. You know what I'm saying? He come back. Yeah. Yeah. 168. 168. You know what? A lot of people are not saying too. He moved up to 154, so that's 10-ounce gloves too. So he was. Huh? He about to. Yeah, he moving up 2 weight classes, but. Yeah. I know. I know. That's 14 pounds. I agree. Look, there's people there. There's people. Oh, okay. It's about a couple thousand.
You know what also happens in Saudi? They have like this outside thing going on where there's food trucks and games and
During the fights?
all this
Really?
stuff. Yeah, and it's people are out there
It's in
enjoying
that area that has a whole bunch of games and stuff like that, right? Right.
And I think a lot of them come in for the main event. They're learning the wrong lessons from Americans.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Looks like the WC.
Oh, that's the belt?
No, that's
that's
the
not it.
WC belt.
Oh, right. It's not the ring belt.
Yeah. You got
Unbelievable, bro.
Bunch of them.
Unbelievable. Different WBC belts, the Mayan Indian belt. He got a whole bunch. They probably gave him the Juneteenth belt.
That's what I was just thinking. Oh, they're playing that Cuban folk music.
That boy happy to be there. Hold up.
Uh-oh. I like how confident School looks in there. Like,
He looks
It's
like
a
he's
little
coming to do a
aura
job.
about him. Yeah, yeah. He's coming to spoil the show.
And when we can't forget, it's an undisputed fight.
Yes.
You don't get in a position to fight for undisputed by not being a hell of a fighter.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And has a style to cause trouble. Has a style to cause some issues.
And I do not like to tip the boxing gods. When there's something massive on the horizon and it's just, oh, let me just do one more fight. It's like it's like when you try to commit a crime
Yeah,
and you
don't
make
mess
one
it up.
more stop before you head out of town with the loot.
Playing with fire.
Yeah, let me go get my girl.
Yeah.
What?
Get the F up out of here.
Yeah. It's Wayne Grow.
Or you going back to get that, you robbing a bank, you going back to get that extra little, you
I
got
forgot my dad's watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My glasses. Uh-oh. Talk about confidence. Talk about aura.
Oh, that's what
it doesn't
that
get
is.
it doesn't get better than that.
And to Canelo's credit, this gives the Terrence Crawford fight more weight. Because if Terrence does win, he becomes undisputed. And without this fight, that wouldn't be the case.
Great point. Essentially, it's for Bud.
Yeah.
For his accomplishment.
He's like, do it for me.
Do it for me. Wow, Mexicans in Saudi there.
Oh, they pulled up, you know.
Pulled up. The ones that have money.
I like this
that?
backdrop.
Mexicans in Saudi.
Ones that have
Oh,
money.
really? You saw them with Mexican flags?
Yeah, they out there.
Look at that crowd. That's a decent crowd.
Yeah.
It's
I never-
Canelo.
I'll take a regular water. Oh, still
I'll
water.
take one of those. Yeah.
Tell her I'd like my special.
What's in that? Toasted
Canelo-
buns?
Canelo,
Oh, he'll have the toasted buns special.
Just all mayonnaise.
Uh-oh. Canelo got the Amiri poncho on there.
I wonder how Canelo feels looking at that crowd. I mean, he done fought in front of 70-something thousand people.
He knows where he's at.
40,000 people.
I like Canelo's attitude. This is his house.
Always.
This is like his tree house.
Always.
Yep.
He
Wherever he goes.
respects the sport, stays in shape all the time. He's one of the few fighters that love, in love with the sport still.
Yeah. And I gotta say, to His Excellency, it's pretty wild. We're looking at Canelo in Riyadh in like a 4,000 seater
I know.
on Cinco de Mayo weekend. I mean,
Oh,
that's
I didn't even think of that.
wild.
I didn't even think of that. That's so
Yes.
crazy. Yo, I didn't even
You know
think
what
of
gets
that.
you that, right? A big
Yeah.
bag of money.
So if Canelo was already making 30 million
Right.
fighting with other 40 million fighting with PBC, 30-something million fighting with this, what is he making now?
Bro, you heard the rumors about
No, I didn't.
the
Oh,
the
yeah.
four-fight deal?
Yeah. No, I didn't actually. I didn't. But I do know that he was gonna make $150 with Jake Paul and all that. So I know it's something crazy.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy. The number I heard for the 4 fights is nuts. That's all I'll say.
9 figures. 9 figures.
My goodness.
Crazy.
I don't think they're making that back on ticket sales. This is
They don't care about tickets.
to be honest, this is as big a flex to me as Times Square. When you think about it,
See, when you put it in perspective just now, okay, I can understand what you're saying.
yeah.
It's not gonna go down as historical,
No.
but it's a flex.
The
It's
thing-
a
I don't know. Something
huge
about those beads,
flex.
guy. Something about those beads across his chest is
I'm
scaring
getting,
me.
I'm
It's
getting
scary.
worried.
Stop, bro.
I'm getting worried.
Stop.
I don't like
Yo,
those
stop,
beads,
bro.
man.
I feel like at the end of this, he might be like, "Is
Stop.
this your king? Is this your king?"
Stop, radio. Stop.
Kill
Damn,
Mondo
y'all.
over here, man.
Damn, y'all. Chill. Nah. That's not going down. He gonna feel that power. He gonna. Oh man.
Yeah.
Pulling them in with those
See?
beads and that music,
Damn,
the way they
man,
was giving the
stop.
check when it was coming down.
He gonna feel that power. He gonna put the roller skates on. Rick Reno,
he is living
he's
his
a character, bro.
dream.
He's living his dream, right? What did he do before this?
You ran boxing scene.
Oh, I seen his name. That's right. Wait, did he sell it?
Yeah.
Wait,
So he has. So this is like a WWE character for him.
Maybe this is who
Oh,
was
he's just
inside
having
him
fun.
the whole time,
That's who he is?
and
Yeah,
now he
yeah.
gets to be
That's
himself.
cool.
That's
That's
cool,
cool.
man. Shout to Reno, man.
Hell yeah. He making it interesting.
Yeah.
For
He's
real.
making it.
And he's
You heard what
speaking
he
his
said at the
mind.
press
He's
con-
speaking his mind.
He's
Yeah,
making
I
it
heard
interesting. He came in like a gangster.
Thank you.
Thank you. He came in like a gangster.
Oh, look at our boy
That's your
Raul.
special. What's in that? It look like banana juice.
Thank you.
What is
You're
that?
not gonna get me with the banana juice. No,
Gotta
no.
get you with the banana in the
Nah,
tailpipe.
yeah. That's papaya.
That look like banana juice to me.
Okay, I just saw Canelo. I take it all back.
All right, Canelo looking ready. When is Canelo not ready though?
Born ready.
Okay, guys. Over or under? Does this go over 8 rounds or under 8 rounds? What you got? Over 8 rounds or under? Over 8 rounds. What you got, Barak?
I say the same. I tell you, people fight Canelo different.
So you say over 8
Over,
rounds?
Yeah. I'm hoping
Over or
under.
under 8 rounds?
Cinco de Mayo, Pico de Gallo. Canelo
de
in
Gallo.
6.
Okay, I like it.
Cinco
I
de
like
Mayo,
it.
Pico
Pico
de
de Gallo.
Gallo.
I
Canelo
say
in 6.
under 7.
Homeboy gonna put on his skates, man.
You know what?
Yeah, I mean he
Does
can
it
move.
go the distance?
I hope not. It might. I think I've seen him hurt before. He can get hurt.
Get hurt.
Yeah, Canelo got hurt him badly. I seen him get hurt before. I seen him get rocked.
I mean, it's hard for me to say.
But he be
Under
mixing
7.
it up. He mixes it up sometimes.
Canelo hasn't had a stoppage since Caleb Plant. Right? If I'm not mistaken.
You're right. You're right.
Right?
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
I hadn't thought about that.
These are some big dudes though. Yeah, it might go to 12.
I say it goes the distance. I changed my mind.
Canelo
Those
is
gloves
small.
look so big.
Canelo is small. Look how small
Very.
this dude is.
I think Canelo gonna chunk him up. It's because of Skull's build.
That's worrying you? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
look at his size, bro. This dude look like a wide receiver.
But yeah, it's the way he's built. You know what I mean? He looks like someone who's gonna be in a knockout highlight.
It's going to be, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Over or under, answer me. Over or under. Is it going over 8 rounds or under? Come on.
What do you think is going through his head right now?
Who,
paycheck.
Schools? School. How long does it take for the wire to hit
For
the
the check
account?
to clear?
You think
For the
about
wire to
that?
hit the
How many
account.
rounds I gotta go?
Yeah.
before-
Exactly. How much
What
money
can
can I
make a
send
run
back?
withdrawal?
Will that hit the
How
account
much
by
money can I
Monday?
send back to my family? Exactly.
We're gonna edit all this out if Skull wins.
Yeah, right.
He didn't fight anybody.
Also,
Yo, I remember back in the day, they used to have the check. They give you the check at the end of the night, like a
Yeah,
Yeah.
physical check.
That's true. In the dressing room.
like you,
Yeah, up in the
exactly, like
dressing
you
room.
play in the club.
Or cash, Barak, like an AC.
I wasn't mad.
Never mad at
I
cash.
wasn't mad at
Never.
the cash. I put it to good use.
boy.
Right after I pay my
Also-
taxes, of course.
Yeah. He's gonna try to make this
Ugly?
ugly. Well, yeah, awkward.
I don't know if he has that kind of style. I mean, if you look at the eye test, he's not one of the best Cuban fighters.
23 wins, 9 knockouts is troubling.
Yeah, I mean, a guy that doesn't get hurt by a Triple G, can this guy hurt him? Not likely.
Not likely, yeah.
Officially weighing in at 167.1 pounds. His professional record, 62 victories, 39 wins by knockout.
Damn, Canelo got freaking 66 fights? Sheesh.
Because remember, when you really started hearing about Canelo, he already had like 30 fights. He fought like 30 fights in Mexico.
40.
40.
40 when he fought Mayweather. He was 40.
That's what I'm saying. When you started hearing about Canelo,
I'm sorry.
he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
30.
Yeah, that's true. When he was fighting the Centrons and all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd already fought 30 fights, 37 fights. You're right. Mexicans went to Riyadh. That's crazy.
Not playing.
Mexicans went to Saudi Arabia for Canelo. It took me 15 hours a couple of weeks ago to get out there. I don't know if I'm doing that. If
He
I'm
got
not
his own
getting paid.
Bandini and everything.
Tell him.
Wow, you got to be a super fan to go,
Let's see what happens here.
especially if you.
Become undisputed, or will Canelo Alvarez treat him like an uninvited guest to a Saudi Cinco de Mayo fiesta? Every single belt is on the line. Here we go for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the
I guess Todd is calling this one.
You're gonna have to feint him. You're gonna have to feint him, Canelo. You gotta get in there.
Oh, boy.
Now, Scull. Okay, I was about to say Scull not even throwing the jab. Now, come on.
I feel like his jab's not going to be a stiff jab anyway. It's going to be
It's not.
a touching, moving jab.
Who, Schools?
But he could score. He could score and move. Hit Canelo on top of his head.
Are Scull's
on the
gloves
forehead, hit him on
smaller
the
than
forehead, and
Canelo's?
move.
I mean, they do look a little.
He don't look that much taller right now.
Yeah, not in this.
Oh, he letting Canelo come in already.
I mean, you definitely don't want your back touching the ropes in the first round.
Not against
You don't
Canelo.
like that jab, right? Nah, that ain't one of your jabs. That's why I say he's not one of the best. Look at the way he moved too. He not really one of the best Cuban fighters. He's not like
Right.
a Lara was,
He's
Rigging
not-
Dow. Yeah, that's a scared jab. Oh, that wasn't so bad.
He doesn't. Got decent speed in his hands. And that little
I'm
1-2
looking
at
for
least.
some pop.
Yeah. Little feint there.
Little fake.
Canelo is typical Canelo in his first round.
There we go.
I mean, I would be keeping some kind of jab in Canelo's face. Make him think about something.
Very
Don't
worried.
just let him clock you.
I think
I mean,
Canelo already
stalking
hit.
him.
Canelo already hit him like
he's
in
not
the
even
arm.
attempting to win the round.
That's what I'm saying.
If School's not gonna let his hands go, at least a jab. And Canelo just don't want to take. It looked like he don't want to just take unnecessary shots like he does sometimes.
Is it me or Canelo looks maybe not in the shape that we've seen him in before?
He looked wide. He looked wide at the waist.
I mean, remember 160-pound Canelo that fought Triple G? How ripped up he was.
Nah, even 168. This is the softest I've seen Canelo ever look.
Yeah.
But that's that going to Riyadh.
Yeah.
That's that going to Riyadh. It's 6 o'clock in the morning right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Scull didn't make more of the round, or at least attempt to. You
Right.
really think you can give rounds away to Canelo? You think you
I'll
take your time?
I'll give a guy at least one round. I mean, it's a big stage. He's fighting one of the faces of boxing. Let him look for what he's looking for, at least for a round. Let him see what he's looking for.
I think you got to do enough to know that you won the first round.
He definitely hasn't done that.
Yeah, that's my point.
I mean, he probably won that round because Canelo, I don't think Canelo threw a punch.
No, Canelo threw a couple of right hands.
It
He
didn't
didn't
hit.
do anything.
It didn't hit nothing.
Yeah, but it's not in his skull.
Yeah, he jabbing. He
At least
jabbing.
Canelo was walking him down.
So if nobody landed a punch, who won the round?
The guy that was pushing
Walking
the
forward?
fight, walking him down. I mean, how else would you judge it, right?
You got to. There's nothing else.
Looks like it. Nobody
I
landed
say
any
that's
shots,
a
and he
Skull.
was
I say
walking
that's a Skull
forward.
round.
I mean, Skull
hit
didn't
the
do
gloves.
anything.
Skull hit the gloves. That's a small ring.
That was by design.
Yeah, I bet that's because there was a Cuban on the card.
That's Richard Schaefer? Yeah. In the crowd.
Yep.
He always finds himself somewhere in the right places.
Oh!
It's a good body shot there.
I remember Lara felt that body shot, and he put his skates on.
Yeah.
He gonna come up. He gonna come out. He gonna come out the middle.
Oh boy.
Touched him right there on the ribs.
Yeah.
Must
I
be real
mean,
slippery over there.
He's also falling for every feint.
Yeah. He's nervous.
He's scared when he lands a punch. He gets scared.
Yeah, what was that reaction?
Where's the fighter that thinks that they punch harder than Canelo? Canelo being so
He's the
small, how come these
light
168
heavyweight
pounders?
champion of the world.
You know, yeah,
He's
exactly.
sitting ringside. That's
No,
where
but
he's at.
even he wasn't thinking like that. He was doing a 1-2-1 and then backing up.
Yeah.
But where's
Is
the
he
fighter
ringside
that
too?
thinks
Is
they
Bivol
punch
at the
harder?
fight? I
He
didn't
was
see
at
him.
the fight, yeah.
We're the fighter that got courage and not afraid to trade.
Triple G got jobbed.
Yeah, Triple G.
What do we
And
think?
he
What
got
do we think
rocked.
Bud is looking at now? How does he feel about what he sees? If you were Bud's
Triple G
head,
got on his bike.
I think Bud's sitting there thinking I would never give Canelo this much time.
probably,
Canelo gonna have to think
Canelo
and work
defense is
every
good.
minute of that fight.
Canelo defense good tonight. His defense good tonight. It's not that Bivol defense.
He's a wolf hunting a rabbit.
yeah, taking his time. You know, Canelo doesn't use his jab anymore nowadays in any of his fights.
He never jabbed.
He
never won
he
two.
jabbed.
I remember that time when he beat Yildirim, and I was like, in the after party, I was like, Canelo, you never won two. He said,
Yeah.
I know, I never.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's the first time he dropped somebody with a 1-2.
Yeah, right down the pipe. Usually he throws a looping right.
Yeah. Oh, right there. Yup. So Canelo got that round. Canelo got that round, just a body attack.
I mean, Scull scored an on goal.
What?
He scored an on goal. He landed a punch and got hurt.
How this dude still doing his?
Yeah.
And the judge scored it for Canelo.
You heard him with a look. Oh man.
How Tom Cruise still doing his own stunts?
It's a cold advertisement between rounds for it to be Mission Impossible. Come on, I see what you guys are doing.
Shoot.
That's not right.
Oh, man. Mission Impossible. Scull. Scull going to take off his mask. It's going to be B-ball. That's the only way he's going to win.
Yeah, I actually think it's going to be a body shot.
Yeah. Getting closer and closer. Boom. In range. Now he in range. Wow. Oh, that right arm came down.
Who's?
That right arm came down. He felt that shot.
Canelo?
Nah, hell no.
I think Canelo's going to start
Scull.
tapping on those arms.
Ah.
There's too much reaction every time he gets touched.
Yeah.
With his size, he's a strong puncher. Even though he's not knocking guys out, he still gets the respect.
It's not like Canelo's trying to counter, so he should throw the shots. Canelo's not trying to counter you right now. Throw those shots. Throw the jab. That's it. Throw the jab. No,
Yeah, he's
100%
just going.
pulling too much. He pulling more than he throwing. He pulling more than he throwing. Like, he not extending it.
Because you know he don't have that kind of power. He's got 9 knockouts in 23 fights.
But you
Probably
can-
his first
you can-
9 fights.
Yeah, but land the jab. You ain't got to hurt him. Land it. We know you ain't going to knock him out.
Does Canelo get close enough to really land a hard shot here, though?
Look how Canelo cut the ring off, though.
But he keeps.
He just leaves the
Oh,
side
you see
door
that
open.
shot? It's like he didn't want to land that.
Huh?
That right hand, he almost went like.
He's
like
worried about the
scared.
counter. Which, to your point,
Wait, did it just go up to minus 10,000?
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy!
From 3,000.
After watching
So
the
you
first
got to
round.
put $100,000 down if you want to win a G.
Man, he's going for everything. Now he's trying to fade himself. Scull is the bigger man on the back foot. Not trying to assert himself at all against Canelo thus far.
You see how Canelo? He's not going to give him up. He's not going to give him the distance needed because he know sometimes he loses rounds when he's just chasing somebody around. So he'll cut you off, but then he'll back up so that you can't land your jabs.
Skull's going to have to
This is
do
the smartest I've seen
something.
Canelo
Like,
fight in a while.
I think I was just myself without fear, because most of his opponents, they have fear and they don't do what they can do. You know, they're very tight mentally and body. They don't throw enough punches.
Very well said. They don't do what they can do because they scared. Bivol is Russian. He ain't scared.
I hope November, December, I will have a chance to have a fight.
We look forward to seeing you back. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you, Mike.
Ivory better hit a lot of punches. That is a good strategy for beating Canelo. Not throwing a lot of punches. And have most of those punches be blunt jabs.
Absolutely.
Not a strategy.
And stay out of range. Don't let this dude just be jabbing you to death and then get in there. That's right.
In and out style footwork. So it's not just throwing more punches, it's throwing the right punches at the right time in an in and out style where Canelo can't catch a rhythm.
I disagree. And he had size and power advantage where you opponents have.
Well, Skull's got the size advantage for sure.
Yeah, but he's fighting square up.
Wow, wow.
Square up against the ropes. You need to get in an angle with Canelo. Don't give him that body. Then you can fight in and out instead of laterally.
Canelo has yet to land a significant shot but still winning the fight, obviously, because just the way the pace of the fight is going.
He landed some good body shots.
Body shots, yeah, but nothing in the head.
Every time, and look how Scull got his hands. And every time he lands those body shots, Scull drops his hands.
Yeah, but to Ock's point, Canelo's not really pressing the action. He could be doing more.
A little bit
He's
more.
just
See that shot right there? That shot hurt.
that's the body
The
shot.
left
I think
hand.
eventually he's gonna
that
look.
left hand hurt him.
He's gonna do that a few more times. Look down and then come up top.
There's going to be a 2 seconds,
He gonna fake
and then
low.
Skull's going to take that knee.
Come up top.
Do I smell pizza pockets?
I don't know. I'm thinking about getting a slice across the street.
Okay.
Good pizza out there.
Oh my gosh.
They playing tag.
We can't do this again.
Playing football. They're trying to juke him. You see that scared jab?
Look, Canelo. I mean, you can't. Canelo's fighting a bigger
Oh, that's
man.
a good shot. That was a good shot.
So
That was
he
smart.
he has to be careful himself.
Oh, heck yeah. Thank you. That one mozzarella.
Let me try one.
I think of the 7 fights we've seen in the last 24 hours. Badu Jack and Noah McKillian is the top of the show.
Nah, I think the FDNY versus. Nah.
I didn't even see that. Did you actually see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Who won?
I watched the FDNY, the firefighter.
Okay.
The firefighter won the.
That's
it
what I
was
was
a
pulling
3-round
for.
fight. He won 2 rounds.
All right, I think Canelo's getting tired of this shit.
Canelo used to get frustrated
Yeah.
when this used to happen.
You get into this little rhythm that I'm not liking right now.
Damn, man. Who calling the fight? Because I wasn't really listening.
What do you mean?
Is it still Corey?
No, I just said it was Todd.
Oh, it's Todd?
Todd, Chris, and
Okay.
Sergio.
Nah, I wasn't listening. I mean, I heard Chris Manning's voice, but I didn't hear anybody else.
After watching the first 5 rounds, what does this do?
5?
4? Was that 4?
There's no way it was 5 rounds
No,
already.
this is the 5th round. 4
I
rounds.
don't know.
It feels like 15. I
I
mean,
thought the fight
What
was.
does this do for the Canelo Bud fight? Just
nothing. Let me tell you something. Nothing good has happened. These fights that are being set up by these fights are being diminished. I mean, it's not Canelo's fault in this case either. I mean, just Skull just doesn't want to fight. And that's a tough spot to be in, no matter how small the ring is.
yeah. Yo, does that ring? That ring looks big to me. Is it me?
It looks what?
It looks not small. It looks big.
Oh, man.
Really?
But he landed uppercuts in a row.
What is that?
Playing football.
Yeah, but you're not winning rounds like that. Like,
Why you fighting like Chris Eubank? Chris Eubank Sr.
this is a funnier fight than anything. He's
I mean, this
moving
is
up
just
like
brutal.
What is he doing? Are you gonna stop and engage?
So Canelo landed
Look,
26 more punches than him. Oh, no, he says 12 out of 38. Oh, okay.
bruh. Scull will not plant his feet at all to
15
really
punches.
throw a legitimate shot. Oh, come on, let's get to him, Canelo. That's it. The party's over.
They need to take a point after a while.
Yeah, the party.
They need to take Lara. They need to take a point after a while. Yeah.
At least Lara was throwing a
landing
little bit
some
more.
shots. Every shot he threw, he landed, but then he just moved too much. And he was in Vegas. I told Lara, I was like, you can't win like that in Vegas. He felt that body shot. He said, no more, no more. Lara's small though, compared to Scull.
This guy's big. This is not Canelo's fault, bro.
This is why Canelo don't like to fight dudes like this.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't like to fight guys like this.
Yep.
We got Jamel Charlo in there now. What's going on?
I told you what he want, what he waiting for.
This is brutal. What's worse, this or the Haney fight?
I don't mind this one. I don't because you're still on the edge of your feet because you got somebody that can hurt you with one shot.
Yeah.
So this one is still a little bit exhilarating because every time Canelo throw, you're like, oh.
Maybe maybe it's gonna be over finally.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not thinking that. I'm just saying.
Maybe an end is going to be put
That was a good
fight.
shot. Because he ain't even move Canelo with that.
This guy's so much bigger than Canelo, bro. Would you take an effing risk?
Can't pop.
You are so much bigger than him. Looking like a linebacker. This little man is coming at you. You can't stand your ground for 10 seconds?
Or at least make some offense, defense.
God.
All right, now cut. You got it, man. Cut the ring on. Get on your toes, boy.
My goodness, bro.
Throw a straight
You don't
shot,
want
Canelo.
no
Stop
smoke,
throwing those
bro.
hooks.
You don't want no soul. Look, he's placing it there. Skull, like what?
All right. That upset my stomach. There we go.
Keep his ass on the ropes, bro. Keep his ass on the corner, in the corner. I don't mind a guy moving if he's putting in some work,
Canelo's
bro.
not jabbing. Yeah. Bomb. That was smart by Scull right there.
Yeah, do something. Do something.
I mean, rightly, Canelo's just trying to stop his feet from moving by
You see how he should flip
ripping
that
to the
jab.
body.
See, keep touching him with the jab. At least
He's not letting Canelo plant. He's not letting Canelo plant his feet. That's smart.
His body shots will do the job, though.
Yeah, eventually.
That next one gonna come over the top. Now Canelo jabbing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's a good approach right now.
Always kind of confuses me in a situation like this. Like, what is Skull's end game with this?
I just told you at the beginning, when does the money hit the account? That's it.
Right, but like I said, this how fighters do. He never fought a fight like this before. I told you, people fight Canelo differently, and this is how they last till the 12th round.
Now the goal is, all right, let's finish on our feet.
And that's why I say it can go 12 rounds.
Because you can't be trying to win a fight like this.
He don't fight
You can't
like
be
this.
trying to get a dub.
Right. Or you think he's maybe trying to get Canelo to switch off, and then
No, I think he
No.
thinks he's winning when he lands a couple of jabs here and there.
You think so?
Yeah,
Probably.
they just said the same thing. See, he thinks he is. I know.
That's true, but
He
can't
couldn't
go
hit
win no
loud.
rounds like that.
He couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be chilling without a real scratch on his face because he ain't trying to get hit.
If there's a round you could give to School, you could give that round to School,
Nah,
but not really.
nah. He don't deserve that round.
I mean, I can't. Like, if you're moving and initiating action in spots
Yeah.
while you're on the back foot, it's annoying, but I can give you a round. If you're just moving and getting caught and exchanging when you get caught, I can't give you that. Because I'm scoring aggression. I'm
Yeah,
scoring.
like Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, moving constantly but putting in work.
Banana too strong?
What was that? What he said?
The banana too strong in the drink.
Oh, he put some water in
You
there?
gotta water the banana down.
Oh, yeah.
I feel you. It's too thick.
That was the green banana.
The banana too thick.
It wasn't the soft ones.
Is that a cut on Canelo's head? Oh, no.
No.
No, that's his hair.
Yeah.
Canelo anxious now.
He's pissed
Bored.
off. He's pissed off.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel comfortable saying the IBS current ranking system is measurably worse.
Yo, how did this guy win the IBF title again? He was elevated or something?
Yeah, they stripped Canelo.
But he was the
And
number one?
Yeah,
guy?
he was the
Mandatory?
Yeah.
Who did he beat?
Oh, he never fought nobody, bro. He just got up in the rankings, man. Huh?
Tank and Shakur? Nah.
Nah, I wouldn't disrespect Cole like that. Nah.
Nah, Shakur ain't gonna be disengaged like this.
Core's gonna let his hands go more than this guy.
This is disrespectful. It'd be
This
a
guy
hunt.
has no intention of fighting tonight. Shakur ain't doing that.
Shakur way better than this.
Way better. This guy's footwork ain't even that good.
Yeah. What's it say? So
What power punches did Skull land? What? That's what the other Badu Jack fight. Those punch shots were wrong.
I don't think they should let him leave Saudi.
No. Yo, give him a pay cut. Yo, they need to start doing that to fighters, bro. Give him a pay cut.
Take his passport.
Yo,
you need to get disqualified.
Yeah, make him clean up the arena.
Yo, if you doing this,
Oh, he was gonna do that anyway. He was already cleaning the arena after this. He got a
that's where
full-time
they found
job.
him. Of course. He knows what's coming.
That's why I said when he walked out, he's just happy to be there. He happy to, he getting money. He gonna send money back home to his family in Cuba.
The stare
Good.
down between him and Bud afterwards is gonna be more exciting than the fight.
If that
This
happens.
fight.
But I could definitely see that happening. Yeah, you're right. I could see that
What?
happening. A stare down between Canelo and Bud.
I mean,
That's happening.
Like Triple G.
not now. That has to happen after this.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to wake Bud
Somebody
up
gonna
to
have
do
to
it.
slap somebody across the face.
Oh, Bud is at the hotel already. He went back to sleep. They gotta
Yeah,
go
call,
get him.
call me when it's over. That's crazy.
And not Canelo's fault again.
So he didn't even counter. Canelo blocked the counter.
8th round. All right, folks, who do you guys have winning this fight?
Who the heck he talking to?
He's talking to those
Yeah,
judges
let's
that
go,
gave
let's
Jock
go.
a draw.
Let's go.
They gave Scull that round. Mannix is wild. Damn, that was a fast uppercut. He still missed it. Look how far that referee is from the action. Referee is not even in the shot.
Todd said the referee is too far from the action. He
I
might
just
as well
said
just
that.
sit in the front row.
Oh, I just said that too. At the same time, I said, look how far he is. He's like, he wasn't even a couple of shots.
Yeah, he is far as hell. Look, and then he's walking just.
I mean, but they're not holding though. So
Yeah.
the referee's staying out of the way because this guy's running
And
so
he's
much.
out
That's
of the
why.
shot and everything.
Yeah,
He got to stay out of the way because he's running. They're not holding.
He don't even want to be on
The
TV.
referee running from Scull.
Referee just trying to get his steps in.
Yeah, I don't think he want to be on TV.
I've never wanted to see somebody get knocked out more.
Seriously.
You ever see
This
Lara
guy's
versus
pissing
Terrell
me off.
Goucher?
Which
Lara versus Terrell Goucher.
yeah.
I never get boring at fights. I hated that fight. And I never talk like that. I hated that fight. I never
I
disrespect
had a
like
few of
that.
those.
That fight made me so mad.
You know, Canelo haters are going to freaking have a field day.
But how though?
Just saying that, oh, we can't knock nobody out, dumb stuff. Remember, Canelo haters. Oh, I'm sick of that.
And then this is what happens. We'll
Yeah.
do that, right?
Huh?
Canelo shoots to the body. He jumps up, and the referee's like, pick your punches up. The dude is jumping up out the way. I'm going to hit the shorts.
Oh, God.
Oh. They should tie one leg of each fighter together.
Oh, yes. Yes. Phone booth.
Canelo might take
You know
another
what?
fight before September.
Seriously.
After a fight like this.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
They should have some sort of
another one.
some sort of electronic ring. That if you keep fighting
You know
like
what it
this, the
should-
ring
just
keeps
get
getting
smaller.
smaller and smaller.
He and
Look,
Crawford,
we got to wake him up for
he
real.
really was nodding out.
He do look tired.
I
He's like, I
all
can't
this
believe I
traveling
came to
and stuff,
Saudi for this
He was
shit.
just here, so he tired. He dead tired.
He slept on the plane. He definitely had a.
Yeah, but it's 6 o'clock in the morning right now.
That's true.
It's like 6:30, 7 o'clock. Look,
What?
we can't hear the fight, fellas. What the hell y'all doing?
Oh, he said that? That's great. Shout to that ref. Turkey sent him the text like, yo, get these guys a fight, man. What? He's jumping back.
Yeah, not that time, no. That one was low.
Right, but it's not like he's trying to hit him low. This guy is jumping up, running around like a freaking, and then acting like he's throwing a hard jab. Bro, you posing, bro. Styling right now. You know when people say you pump faking?
I can't wait to hear what Canelo got to say after this. He might say this guy's the worst fighter ever.
This will be the first, and this is the first and the last payday this guy's ever getting. He keeps doing that stupid thing with his hands. You think that's winning you a round?
Yeah, I don't understand these copy box
what-
numbers
what-
either.
What is it? What are they talking about?
It's a very good question.
What power punches?
He landed 15, Scull landed 15 power punches to Canelo's head, landed them to Canelo's head.
What?
I don't understand how you can have dignity.
Yeah.
How can you have dignity fighting like this?
At all, and then you smiling.
Really,
Nah, that was that. What? He hit him straight in the gut, and he's talking about his
How
slow.
can you be a man like? No, how can you have dignity though fighting like this? I mean, afterwards you just got to say, yo, he punched too hard.
Say
trying
yeah,
to get,
yeah, say-
unless you can do that. You're gonna have to admit after this that you know what, he punched too hard for me. I had to get
That,
my
maybe
bite.
that's why CompuBox would count that, and that didn't land
This
at
is
all.
crazy.
Oh, did he say head to the 10th? I would imagine that was the last round. Damn it. How many rounds is this going to be? Are they going to do all 12 or is somebody going to call it?
It should be shutout fights.
This is crazy that he's doing this.
Yo, on this stage,
Now listen, this can be one of the drawbacks to the kind of money that you can get fighting on Riyadh season cards and Ring Magazine cards, is that people will start coming for paydays and not to win.
Yeah.
They'll just come to exactly as we were joking earlier,
Yeah.
but this is a side effect of just like crazy money on the table.
Right.
Hey, I just got to get through this one fight. I might never have to fight again
Yeah.
after this.
Right. Damn, 9 rounds.
bro, this makes me want Canelo to not even shake his hand after the fight, bro.
Yeah.
Sir,
Look
you
at,
you don't
look at
even
his
earn it.
excellency. His excellency wants to get in there and throw
Yeah.
some
He's
punches.
standing
Like,
up.
what is? Yeah. He's like, stop payment on the check.
Yes, please. Bro.
But at least Lara was landing his shots though. Lara moved like crazy too, but if he threw a jab, he landed it.
See,
Yeah.
Canelo is like waiting now.
He
Let me-
threw
let
a
me see
right
if I
hand, he
can
threw
get
a
this
jab, he
dude to-
landed. He threw a
Laura
left
was
hand, he
trying to
landed
win
it.
fights.
Yeah, Lara was
It may not have been the most crowd-pleasing
No, no,
style,
no.
but he was looking to win.
absolutely. Even when he felt Canelo's shots, he was moving, but he let his hands go a little bit more than this.
This guy.
Oh! He caught Canelo with a nice right hand. So he winning this round right now.
So, Scull has not stood his ground
According
for
to
1 second.
CompuBox, Skull just landed
Oh, yeah,
17 power shots.
I don't know what CompuBox is that they're using. Oh, maybe they got it flipped by mistake. It's
Yeah.
defective. Those are Canelo shots.
They were talking about the last fight.
They got the names mixed up. Come on. Boy, he looks so much bigger than
This is
Canelo.
you got to get disqualified fighting like this. This is crazy to me. This is crazy. Yo, 40 seconds go by.
Is
What
there
are you
any
doing,
kind of rule
bro?
that references that?
No, referees do
Yo,
tell fighters fight.
Skull,
fight, right?
this
They
is
do
a,
tell, but
this is
that's
a
not a rule.
horrific
That's not a
performance by
rule.
Skull.
Is this
Horrific.
It's an instruction, but not enforceable.
Nah.
Look, AJ just fell asleep too. All Skull's fault, not Canelo's.
And every once in a while he squares up like he's gonna square up, and then he moves. Canelo plants his feet, and then Skull runs. See, and I don't like to say fighters run. This is running.
This is running.
This is running. This is straight running. Look, not one punch to get out of that.
Honestly, I mean, I joke, but I wouldn't let him out of the country. Like, honestly, I feel like you perpetrated a fraud, and now you owe us money.
Yeah.
I need the flight money back. I need the hotel money back.
We'll pay your way back home. Everything else we'll keep it.
We'll put you on a rubber
man.
tire
Yeah.
with one paddle.
This is crazy though.
It's disrespectful, honestly.
It is.
It's
disrespectful to the
fraud.
sport.
It is.
It's like you're robbing the guy.
You're not giving me the service I'm paying for.
Exactly. No intention.
Well said, bro. You're not giving me the service I paid for. There's one thing about having expectations and they're not met, but you didn't even do the bare minimum. There's a standard.
You called out of work.
There's a standard for fighting.
It's like-
you have to fight.
It's like a prostitute who acts like she doesn't like you. Like, that's this is not the
This
job.
guy is crazy. Not the job. You got the job wrong. Come on, man. I mean, Canelo should get on his toes, though.
Like step on his toes?
No. He should get on his toes in order.
I like Ox's interpretation of
A
that.
little better, huh? Yeah, get on his toes.
Yeah, get on that, step on that shit so he can stay his ass there. Look.
Bam!
He's waiting for that. He got to feint that and then do something else. Give him a different look. That's the only thing he looked like. He trying to throw hard a jab, but he ain't even landing it.
There you go. That's how you cut him off. That's how you cut him. That's
What
your
the fuck?
elbow.
That's
Your elbow made that go down.
Nah, that was clean.
What was he looking around for?
Just looking for the ref saying it was low.
Nah, it hit
Kick
his
him in the
elbow
knee.
Yeah. Stop acting like you doing something.
first. I hate that he's smiling.
Yeah, like why are you smiling?
That hurt. That bothers me more than anything.
This is starting to get racist.
You should, you should be ashamed.
This must be his retirement fight. Like, he
Yeah,
knows he's never getting
never.
another
You
fight.
should never. You should never get another. Yeah, get off me.
Oops, oh, I didn't hear you, ref. I didn't hear you. You're right, man. It's disrespect. Like, I get it.
No, bro.
Even Canelo's like, yo, we came here to do something.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Do
I
you
didn't
understand we're in a
train.
fight? Right.
Yeah, I didn't
right.
do all this training. I didn't, you know what I mean?
that's
All
sad.
this shit is so that I'm not gonna fight.
For
Right,
you to
right.
stink up the joint,
That's very sad.
and then you
And,
doing all this
and you're
extra
getting the
goofy
stink
shit.
on me. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I got another fight I'm
I
trying
got
to build.
stuff lined up.
Exactly.
getting
And
this
you
stink
doing
on
this
me.
goofiness in the ring.
This is sick. I can't believe he's doing that. I can't believe
Wow.
he's doing that.
He's like you're playing tag.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Not it.
Yo,
What you putting water on his face for?
Yo,
he ain't
bro,
doing
bro.
nothing. He ain't do nothing.
I'm upset.
Yes.
I'm upset, bro.
Why is his nose
Imagine-
bleeding?
If you wrote the check,
Oh my goodness. So what? At this point,
I can't see
slow
his.
down.
I can't see his belly button.
Yeah. Canelo's like, you know,
This guy's a clown.
clown, straight clown, bro. Then he
I like
complaining
that.
about
Clown.
getting hit in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy thing is, I gotta do a whole podcast about this tomorrow. What am I gonna
God.
talk about?
Oh man, how horrific.
We're gonna talk about the kind of shoes he was wearing.
Yeah.
Very athletic shoes.
Oh.
Very comfortable shoes.
Oh,
He's wearing Nikes. Just don't do it.
Just did it. Oh, that's crazy.
oh, this is a 12?
Yes.
Oh my God, I
finally.
didn't realize that.
What if he knocked Canelo out right now?
Something.
That would be crazy.
Come on. He gave Scull 2 rounds?
That's a wild card to me.
Yeah.
Where
He
did
gave him-
those
he gave him-
rounds come from?
He didn't win any
I'd have
rounds.
some 10-8 rounds in there for Canelo.
Yeah.
And to be fair, okay, let's say he did win 2 rounds, although I can't see it. It's not a crime to only win 2 rounds. It's a crime to not try for 12.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, exactly. This is a travesty.
Look at Frank Warren. That's who I want to talk to right now.
Oh, he'd be real truthful.
He'd be the one. Yo!
Round 11. Where? 52 punch. What? 52 punches?
Landed. I can't see
Landed?
52 punches thrown. They shouldn't even read the scorecard. They're like, man, get out of here.
Yeah, please go.
Get your ass out this
Before we
ring.
put you in jail.
Yeah.
For
They
theft
should
and
take him
fraud.
out the ring in handcuffs.
Yeah.
That's what
Get
they
outta
need. They
here.
need to perp walk him to the locker room.
Look,
He said, man, get out of here.
put this guy in jail.
They should have took his gloves off last
Took
round.
his gloves off.
Yo, why don't they start taking the
Hey, you know
points
what?
away for running?
I gotta give Saudi credit. Nobody's booing. If this was any place else,
Oh, yeah.
they'd
Oh,
be
my
booing
God.
these guys out the building.
Absolutely. Bro, if I see that little hot pullback with your hands up one more time, bro.
Uh-oh.
Canelo wants to kick him.
Look at that. Look at this. This is disgusting.
Yo,
It really is.
How can somebody do that?
get off.
You should get a point taken away for
Yo,
doing that.
seriously, bro.
Too much dancing.
Yeah, that,
Excessive dancing.
points.
This is
Yeah,
too
it's
much.
not like he needs points. He has
Canelo
no
is-
points to take away.
Canelo is like a cat chasing that red dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo!
No. He's like, nah, bro. Why you ain't fighting? Nah, bro. Canelo shaking his head like, nah, bro.
Get the fuck off.
He said, yo,
me,
go
bro.
put your pants on, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, go put your pants on.
Yeah, he's like, give me my fucking money.
Yo, I don't think I've ever been this upset about a fighter's performance.
He's like,
bro.
Canelo, I just came in for the paycheck. You know that.
You better say the only redemption he has. He used to say, I was scared to death. He hits too hard.
He better say, I felt the shots and I had to stay away. Anything else?
This is that was an undisputed
manhood is stripped.
Championship fight. Undisputed.
I was just holding your belt for you, Canelo. I was just playing around. That's what he gonna say. I didn't really want to fight the guy.
That's a stinker. Oh man.
Damn. He probably ain't
What
even
did he
have rap.
just say? He just said, did William Scull do enough to become undisputed?
Who said that?
That voice. I can't tell these guys
Todd
apart.
Grissom?
Yeah, I guess so.
He didn't do enough to earn his way home. He probably
He
didn't
didn't
even
do
wrap
enough
his
to
hand.
become a boxer.
Look at it. See, all of that I don't like when you ain't doing nothing.
This is a Travis Shamockery. He's a fucking clown.
Yo, you know what? He said, listen, y'all thought the fights yesterday were bad? Watch.
Watch this. Hold my cowie shells.
Oh, y'all complain about that? Watch me.
So what, do you want to make out now?
They messing up our best weekend of all time.
I was just playing hard to kid,
So
baby.
what's going to happen tomorrow with Inouye? We going to get the same thing?
There you go.
We going to get the same thing? Like,
what?
We got one more card. Maybe that's why they put 3 fight cards on 3 different consecutive days.
yeah. Crazy.
I mean,
Bro, where?
wait.
Where?
Where? Oh my gosh.
Barak. Seriously. Wait, that's total fight? Total fight?
That's gotta be. Ain't no way through
It says
293 punches in one round.
No, but
so.
why does it say he landed 22 power shots in the whole fight? But just the other round, they said it was 15 in one round. This whole thing is screwed up.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, he's undisputed again. Now he go to the real fight with somebody that's going to fight him back. Crawford. He probably don't even respect his father no more. Look at his face.
He's like, put me down. I gotta go to school on Monday, Dad. I can't be in this
Look
shit.
at his face. He said, Dad, you look like a chump.
You know what?
out
If I was Canelo, I would have went and picked up his son.
Let me hold my grandson.
Oh my
Give me
God.
my grandson right now. Crazy. Why are they doing this? And
Look at His Excellency. That's a threat. He's got the kid.
oh,
That's a
he
threat.
massaging his neck.
Yeah.
115, 113, 7
What?
rounds to 5. 8 rounds to 4. 11 rounds to 1.
Of course. I
Now I'm mad at the judge.
want to see
7 rounds to 5?
Let's find
face.
out what judge said that so I'll rip him up on social, on everything, every platform ever.
7 rounds to 5?
I want to do a whole show on the judge.
15-13.
Right.
That's what I
119.
saw.
119, 109, 11 rounds to 1.
He should never judge again a fight.
That had to be his son.
A Cuban
Had to be.
judge.
It was him. In between
He-
rounds.
During the rounds, he was scoring the fucking
He wasn't
round.
doing anything else.
Yeah.
They said that's the only way he can win if he's one of the judges. Hold on. You know he gonna say something real.
Uh-oh.
Who bigger?
Damn.
Yo, I never seen Crawford let somebody hold his hand like that.
Never seen Crawford what?
Let somebody hold his hand like that.
Oh yeah. 60 million.
60 million, he said?
No, I'm saying he's going to get over 60 million. Everybody feeling awkward right there.
Yeah, it's an awkward spot to be in. Damn, Bud looks way bigger than Canelo, bro. Like height-wise?
Oh, yeah.
Look.
I told you Canelo's
Is it just
small.
me?
Oh, they're going to unveil the belt.
Belt.
That's that ring joint, right?
Yeah. 24 karat gold. They should have had a better like little setup to They're taking too long.
What
You gotta
is
have a
Rick
be- You
Reno's
didn't
life
rehearse
about
that?
right now? This is amazing.
You got to rehearse that. Wow.
Oh, that's crazy, though. That's real gold.
Real good.
100% gold. That belt, $300,000.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
That's crazy.
Yo.
The two great fighters in our generation. Canelo Alvarez and Crawford.
Las Vegas.
12th of September.
They said Las Vegas.
12th of December. Yeah, we knew that.
No, we knew the time, but now we know for. See, he don't never do secrets. I love him.
Yeah.
He don't make us wait.
Sorry we have to do this. I know.
Yeah.
This is not real.
I'm nervous already.
That's going to be a fight.
Look how big. Look how.
How big? Yeah, all right.
Look how big he is to me.
Yeah.
People keep talking about size and size.
Look at that belt, though.
It's crazy. Look at your mans right here.
It's wild.
He in there, in there.
I just
All
want to
right.
apologize on behalf of William Scull.
Yes.
Congratulations, you are a two-time undisputed super middleweight champion.
They're supposed to do the face-off after the interview, which made more sense. Remember? Like the triple.
Yeah.
You're one of the judges saying 115, 113. What do you think? You knew that he was going to try to move around a lot. Was he trickier to figure out than you originally thought?
Nobody thought he was going to move that much. Yo, imagine you spent $3,000 to go out there to see Canelo, and that's what you saw?
This was a new experience for you, fighting in Saudi Arabia for the first time, fighting at 6 a.m. probably for the first time. How did your body adjust during this fight? You knew what was coming. You won this fight. That was a crack of this man. Two-time undisputed champion, Bud Crawford. How are you feeling about that fight?
Two division undisputed.
you not see the solid gold belt?
What kind of question is that? He said everybody asking for the fight, but he's really like, because I'm about to make $100 million.
For this fight to happen, he came a long way to stare off with Canelo Alvarez. How are you feeling now that the fight's here?
Great. I'm feeling blessed. And, everything's happened for a reason. And there's a reason why I'm here. In September, I will show the world what greatness looks like.
Had a chance to scout Canelo over 12 rounds. What did you think of that performance?
Well, he did what he had to do to get the job done. For what was in front of him.
Canelo's now 10-0 at super middleweight, been largely untouchable at this weight class. Why do you believe that you're the man to knock him off?
That's why everybody gonna come and watch September 12th.
But good luck on September 12th. Guys,
All right, Sergio, that will happen September 12th. Canelo Alvarez and
Jesus.
Well, listen, folks, I'm sorry you're going to have to wait till September to see Canelo in a real fight.
To be continued.
And it was not his fault, once
If
again.
you see Scull on the street, beat his ass.
If you can catch him.
Everybody-
No, you ain't gonna
everybody
catch. Yeah,
out
you
there
can't hit him.
One
You
shot
can't
in
catch
on
him.
him.
You can't catch that guy.
Like 100 men versus one running Skull. This is
still
what I
lose.
wanna know.
They'll still
Can
lose.
anybody land a punch?
No.
Oh, my God.
We will be back. Listen, but on the real, thank you for having me in your city, pulling up and doing this live. This is a lot of fun. We're, sometimes we got to be more fun than the fight. So
We made it
Absolutely,
more fun than
it
the
was a
fight.
big ask tonight.
man.
I'd be more mad if I was watching this home by myself.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Fair
I'm
enough.
happy to share.
Man,
I'm happy to share this with you.
I would
I'm
have
happy
been
to share
sleeping
this
if
with
I
you.
was home watching this.
Absolutely.
In Diamantes on 8th Street, the Stellar establishment. You got to pull up, get yourself a drink, get yourself some wings, do whatever you got to do to get in the building because it is hot. It's on fire here. It's a beautiful atmosphere. And if you love boxing, this is the place to be. We'll be back in New York City in no time. I'll see you guys in July right here in the city, right?
Yes, sir.
Radio
No doubt.
Rahim with Ak and Barak. We out.
You, peace.